gets the kill. Very nice play there. Matter of fact, if somebody can take a moment and clip.
Autopilot is on. Lumia stream is here. All right, restream. Now we need to update the title.
Now this is in place of concealment module. Let's face it.
Okay. Title updated.
And you're slow. So even if you are spotted and manage to go dark, you're not going to sneak up on anyone.
I think I need to update the game as well.
Remember, it also buffs anti-air, which doesn't.
Yes, I do.
Competitive environment like this. But the big thing is
World of Warships, Thinking Man's action game. Joey, what's going on, dude? How do I sound? Hopefully I sound better, louder, bigger, better, faster, stronger.
With what they've got right now is Petropavlos, that's Cookie, gets wrecked by the Kremlin. Oh, and
Sound good. Excelente.
he just stops broadside and looks at them and takes all the damage and dies.
All right, this one here. Kitsune, thank you for the 500-bit poke, my friend. That was... Wow. I appreciate that. How you doing, Kitsune?
Trying to get the torpedoes off, and they will connect, but it's just not enough.
All right, let's get the beacons lit.
Gentlemen, we have Germanus in a Moskva.
Uh,
That is a ouch, ladies and gentlemen. It's
Where else do we go? Here.
no
Hey, there's Rob.
whatsoever. At least he brought upgrades and flags. You know, there is a mod called Tournament Ready, and I always
I
recommend.
gotta copy that. I always forget something. You're doing good. Good to hear. Good to hear. Where's my gifts folder? I just had it up. Okay, I guess I have to go to it manually. There we go. Go live gifts. Ta-da. You're doing good. Let's do Yamato first. What do you mean let's do Yamato first? Oh, for the replays?
Oh, you mean his HP pool?
That too.
And he just sails right out?
Yeah, okay. Okay, so that's what the 500 bits were for. I got it. I got it. Well, thank you either way, man. I appreciate you. I was going to put a list of a vote, a poll up, and that was going to be in there. But I will gladly pull that aside and prioritize it. Not a problem at all, sir. Just give me a few moments because I'm setting up my go live messages and stuff like that.
He gets pushed outside of the smoke.
Here, this one.
Because he's on a sticky flood, so that impacts his engines.
Okay, I think we're good there. I need to turn the fan up.
That is
that's better.
objectively untrue, and it has been documented.
Having
that you
a
are
bit of a
butthead.
dilemma. Hey, Katsune.
Oh my god, they killed
Hello.
Rob.
And Rob's here as well. I'm having a bit of a dilemma on what research bureau ship to get, as someone who mainly does ops and occasionally randoms. Let's see. Hold that thought, Pockington, for when we go live. Because I can pull up armory.worldofwarships.com, although I probably don't want to pull up from my view. Okay, this is not logged in. Maybe I can do it this way, or do I have to log in? Why am I looking at featured only? Ships. Or it's under Research Bureau tab, isn't it? I have to log in because otherwise it's not... Yeah, I think I have to log in because otherwise it's not going to display that one. You just sent an Aki map. What? Hold on. Log in. What the hell? Okay. Can I not go to this, please? Can I just go to wargaming.net and log in? Or are you gonna screw me?
They either hit or they don't. And
Okay, I'm logged in on my Asia account. I want to log out and log in on my main account.
Sounds like the same.
Yeah, you do need an account with Research Bureau unlocked. That makes sense. Okay. Regular one.
he's going for it.
Oh, the club.
The Kleber. Krieger sees it now, hits W.
The hell is this captcha?
Can he get the torpedo strike off?
No.
This is really not necessary.
Okay.
Fun to watch.
It is totally necessary. Like, there's been nothing dramatic.
I have it marked as downloaded already. Okay, good. Yeah, I grabbed all of the ones I could before we got started. All right, armory.worldwarships.com. Boo Jam, what's going on, dude?
And the builds. One thing I want to draw people's attention to is Revenge's Vermont.
Okay. I don't care about featured. I don't care about featured. I want Research Bureau. There we go. Finally. Oh, I guess I haven't bought the Chateau Renault yet. Interesting.
And you're slow.
I guess I should rectify that now.
You're not going to sneak up on anyone.
Ta-da! Purchased. Okay, cool. Hey, Andrew. Mostly working while lurking. Okay, let me get this posted to the DevStrike forums. And all right, so we got Kitsune's replay that we are going to prioritize. That's the Yamato 0 Kitsune. Okay, so that means you all are going to be deciding between 7 other replays. So I'm going to put together a poll.
And more shots from the Moskva. He just stops broad.
Which replay? You got Harugumo, Croyson, A.L. Shinano. Did we do that one, Kitsune? We did your A.L. Hornet. We did your A.L. Hornet. I don't remember if we did your Shinano game. I thought we did. I could have sworn we did.
No, we did do Hornet and Shinano. I posted a different one.
Let me look. We did your Azure Lane Shinano. That one was on Gold Harbor. Okay, I have a different. So this is maybe somebody else's replay then. Okay. Azure Lane Shinano. Hanover.
Takes a torpedo early.
And Prince Eugen Silverstorm. Okay. You must not have submitted that one yet. I'll take a look. Leander. All right, I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes to vote amongst those.
Like, if I do a different character.
And you can tell me which of those replays you would like me to go over. I'm going to write these ship names down, these ships down too. So we got Hargamo, Croyson, A.L. Shinano. What the hell? Hanover. Awkward Victoria. Hello. My goodness, we're just getting started. Awkward Victoria is like, we're getting going. Thank you for the raid. How you doing?
You mean another huge death?
Hey, he took 2 for 1. That worked.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm Lord Zath, the North American community contributor for World of Warships. We are currently getting started, getting set up for our stream. Welcome to all of you guys. Thank you for being here. And thank you again, Awkward Victoria, for the raid. If you don't know Awkward Victoria, check her out. She's pretty fun. She plays World of Warships amongst a whole bunch of other games. The thing I like about her, she's very real. She's not the best player in the world. She is also not the worst player in the world. And, you know, she's learning the game in the process. So it's very fun if you are somebody who plays the game a lot. Maybe you're newer to the game and you just want to get a better idea of how everything works. Toss her a follow, okay? Our cats are going to... Yeah, so you were just introduced to my cats, Stevie and Prue. I'll tell you about them in just one moment. Real quick, we have a poll going for which replays y'all would like to see us cover. We're going to start with replay analysis today. We already have a couple prioritized, and there's a couple more on our list. In addition, Whenever we get a raid, we share the love with the community and the community of the raiders that came on in. So thanks to Awkward Victoria's raid, we're going to get a giveaway going right now. Hey, Taro, here we go.
Go to twitch.tv/lord_ZADH, follow, and write something in chat.
Remember that
So as you just hopefully heard the audio thing, you need to make sure that you are following the channel and just type something in chat, okay? Following is free. So just follow the channel and type something in chat. Very simple, easy to do. We also have Words on Stream going right now, which is our introductory thing. So you can join in the fun on that if you would like. We usually don't get started until we have beat a level of Words on Stream. I like to call it waking chat up to make sure everybody is awake here and present. What is our code giveaway for? Yes, Pockington. Ask the question when we get started with Warships content, okay? Because I'll have the armory up. I'd like to record a quick video, like what are good Research Bureau ships for player versus environment. I think that's good to talk through. And then, of course, hopefully I can answer your question while we do that, right? That'd be a great YouTube short. I'm low on shorts. Hey, why not? CC container is what the draw is for, by the way. Guys, how is the volume? Is it better now? Hello, Big O. I adjusted the gain. I improved the level for my voice, my microphone. So I want to make sure I sound better. Good volume. Thank you, I Can't Swim. I just want to make sure it's not clipping, doesn't sound terrible. And, you know, everybody's got different headphones, right? M-Note, I've been thinking a lot about you lately. I'm sure you've been thinking about that recent cruise that you took to Antarctica after the one that's in the news. Hopefully that wasn't the same ship. Very good vocals today. Hell yeah, Guild Mom, that's where it's at. Thank you for the feedback. Go cook some food, Awkward Victoria. Appreciate the lurk. I appreciate you as well for the raid, and I always appreciate hanging out with you. So thank you for sharing your awesome community with us. Let me get you another shout out as well. I sound terrible, but good volume. What? What? Can't tell if that's a joke or not. There's a wink, so I'm going to guess it's a joke. The community better behave. All right, well, I will let you know. I'll tell on them. Uh-oh. Kitty says, yes, Mom. So we got Kitsune, we got Silver with prioritized replays. We've got 5 replays being voted on right now. You've got about 30 seconds to go. It looks like we really like the Leander. I'm going to write down the total number of votes given, and then we're going to do the second grouping of oh my god of replays. Taro with 5 gifted subs. Oh my god, you guys. Y'all are nuts. Y'all are nuts. I'm gonna post that real quick. I trained already. What? That is a W. That is a W, Anna. That is a W. Okay, Leander got 6 votes. Hanover got 3 votes. And then nobody cared about the Gumo, Preussen, or Shinano. Guys, I forgot to introduce you to Stevie and Prue, but thanks to Taro, thanks to Big O's resub. Oh my god, Big O tier 3? Dude, what did we just talk about?
Shh, don't worry about it.
Okay. Thank you. Big O's like, I want my replays. Which one was your replay again?
Yu Yang and posting a
Yu Yang and what?
Guden, Dutch oven.
How new? Do I have that on my list? Okay, I gotta go back and
I'm
check.
posting it right now.
Ah, okay, okay. Guys, we are at, oh my goodness, we are at level 4 of our hype train now, thanks to you guys. You know what that means? That means when our current giveaway is over, we'll continue the party, we'll continue the giveaways as long as the hype train is going. You can show your support by subbing, cheering bits, or gifting subs like what Taro's been doing right now, and Big O, and Kitsune did earlier. If we get to level 6, if we get, oh, Guild Mom, thank you so much. If we get to level 7, I mean, if we complete level 6, we're not too far away already. If we get to level 7 and complete level 6, we'll celebrate with some special dirty water, and I will negotiate. I have to negotiate with my dad and my wife to extend the stream. Okay, so we'll see where we go with that. But thank you guys so much. My goodness, Taro with another 5 gifted subs.
Zeth, can you save my replays for Sunday? That's when I'll be around.
Sure. Yeah. I'll make a mark on this that this is for Sunday. No problem.
Both of them.
Yes, well, I figured you meant both.
I hate to Yeah, hate to take over your stream, but yeah, I gotta go run. I'll see you later.
Okay, I'll see you. Thanks again for the tier 3, man.
No problem.
All right, so I will mark these for Sunday. Oh my god, and you guys finished words, so we're ready to go. All right, let me get the second poll up and running. I forgot to post on Twitter. So, guys, you are seeing 2 cats. Whoa, 10 more gifted subs now, Taro. Taro's like, Sath, drink. I like you, Taro. My wife doesn't. I like you. Let me get this to going. So we used to have 2 kitty cats. Those of you that rated with Awkward Victoria, there's Stevie pooping. You were introduced to Stevie and Prue. Prue was my wife's cat. Stevie was my cat. Both have passed, sadly, but they are still part of our community. They live on our streams. So when we get raided, that's Stevie and Prue welcoming chat, all of you, and bringing us downstairs to their food bowl saying, "Feed me humans." All right, so where did we leave off? We left off with the Leander. So I've got Fiji and Aki. Those are the last 2 from our list. Okay, so you have 5 minutes to vote for between those 2. Okay, Fiji and Aki. I love cats too, and with the new house, we're getting ourselves some kitty cats. Guild Mom with the on-screen celebration. I saw that a moment ago. Thank you so much for doing that. Now, these pictures are pictures from Stevie's life. Sometimes you'll see Prue, that's the black cat, and sometimes you'll see a different cat. Oh, that's Stevie and his mom right there. That is Stevie, and we called her Mommy Cat for obvious reasons. That's Stevie and Mommy Cat. Wow. And there's Stevie taking a dump in the litter box of his first best friend, Zelda. Zelda's my ex-girlfriend's cat. You can see how that's the first day they met. You can see how much bigger and older Stevie was like 6 months, and Zelda was like 3 weeks or 6 weeks, something like that in that picture. When they met, they immediately started playing, and Stevie took a dump in her litter box to solidify their friendship. Prior to them meeting, one day Zelda had gotten out of her room, and Stevie was up on my chair, and he saw her, she looked at him, and he hissed at her right away. And I thought, this is going to be bad news. They are not going to get along, and we're going to be in trouble. And what ended up happening was, one day, a week later, I want to say a week later, I was, well, thank you for the subs, for the gift subs to Row. Thank you for getting the hype train going, and you, please, lurk away. You're going to make dinner or eat dinner or have a drink. I'm going to get one in a moment. So like about a week later, I'm feeding Zelda and spending time with her in her room, and I completely forgot to close the door. So I look to close the door, and Stevie is standing in the doorway, looking right in the room, like, who the hell is this? And he comes in, sniffing around, looking around. He walks up to Zelda. He sniffs a little bit, and then they immediately go into play mode. They start running all over the place. It was the cutest thing ever. So those were pictures from that. And then, of course, like I said, he then went and took a dump in her litter box. Awesome stuff, guys. Awesome stuff. Pen knife is the large word, by the way. Pen knife. We're on level 6 of words on stream. All right, so we got silver, we got Big O for Sunday, we got Kitsune. Okay, so those are our prioritized replays. That leaves space for 3 replays today. Guild Mom, thank you again for that 40 bits on-screen celebration. We have about a minute or so left for y'all to vote for these two. If you don't want either of these replays, just don't vote. It's fine. You don't need to vote. But I'm going to add these up, and then we're going to go in the order of overall voting. All right. No guarantee we'll get to these replays today, but we should get to them between today and Sunday. Who won? Awkward Victor, of course. Totally rigged. Totally rigged. And we still have the giveaway or the hype train going for another 20 seconds. So let's get another giveaway going.
Twitch.tv/Lord_ZADH. Follow and write something in chat.
And we have another World of Warships community contributor container coming up. All right, I'm going to turn autopilot off. Y'all are welcome to play a little bit longer. I'm just going to get some special dirty water. We're going to have a cheer in a moment. And there's about a minute before the commercial break. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to run the commercial break now while I go do that so you guys don't miss any of the fun, okay? I'll be right back. What's going on? Westphoto.com. Y'all, the rest of you guys, go get your drink of choice if you want. It does not have to be alcoholic. We're going to celebrate together, okay? Be right back.
Well, it's going to be Cookie then Wolf unless Patry shells.
They both go down at the same time.
Well, Cookie went down first, so I was right.
Okay. But the Kleber backed up a bit. It's on. Engines are out. Torpedo. With a broken engine, Andy dodges that torpedo.
Like a professional.
Like a. And we haven't talked about the Loria pick yet. Puddin', why Loria?
Because you hate your team?
Loria is
They got reset on D as he popped
Yep.
his smoke.
Remember that Loria is a Italian battleship with crazy big guns. Twin turret. What are these, like 480s, 510s? 510, right?
Yeah, something like that, but they're so...
Okay, special dirty water, get.
The right way to describe those.
Ah, Night Reaver. Love that name. You got a gift sub. Nice, nice. Hey, Mike, don't thank me. Thank Taro at Taro65. He's probably the one that gifted you that sub just now, Mike. But I'm glad you got it. It's always nice to see when people in the community who are on the channel right now are getting gift subs. We have 5 for the Fiji and 2 for the Aki. Okay, so that means our replay prioritization order is going to be in second place is going to be the Leander. In third place is going to be the Fiji. I haven't done a good Leander or Fiji game in a while, and I saw whoever posted them, I don't remember their name, was very proud of their replays. So that's good. Hanover with 3, and Aki with 2, and the rest nobody voted for, which is fine. As a reminder, we have a giveaway going. Make sure you are following the channel and active in chat. That's all you got to do. It was you, Andrew? Leander and Fiji. Okay, good. And Mike, thank you for the follow. I like to not memorize names for a specific reason. That's because I don't want any favoritism in my choices of what we do. You know what I mean? All right, let's go. Yes, I do have a section in my Discord for replay analysis. If anybody's looking to get their replays covered, you just join our Discord. There's one thing you have to do. There's a channel you have to post in so that we know you're a human being and not a bot. And then you get access to the Discord that way. And then, bam, you can put it in the channel and we'll go from that. So, hi, happy Friday. My God, you guys, we are starting off strong. We are starting off strong with a few seconds to go in the commercial break. So this is almost perfectly timed. I'm excited about this. I need to also get the replays manually opened. I completely forgot about that part. Oops. It is what it is. How the hell are you guys? Shaska, good to see you too. How you been? What's new with me? Well, I'm in a different place. I'm at my dad's house right now. And I'm in the process of buying a new house and stuff. And we've made some good progress, some very good progress on that today. So I'm very happy about that. Extremely happy about that, honestly. Yeah, we've been dealing with some stuff, some additional scary things. If you were watching my Discord, you probably saw a little bit about that. We had a bit of a scare over the data that I've been using for streaming. Oh, moving sucks. Yeah, we're trying to make it as easy as possible, but oh god, there's been stress. There has definitely been some stress. We already found a place to live. That's the crazy part, Shaska. That's the crazy part. We came down, we started looking, and we found a place that we liked, and somebody beat us to that one. But then we found another place that we'd already seen before, and we decided, let's go for that one. Let's do it. And so that offer was accepted. So yay. There's just a whole lot, as most of you guys know, whoever's bought or sold a house, there's basically a month or so of back and forth and all this kind of stuff. Yesterday we took a look at appliances. We have some ideas of appliances that we want to get. I was talking about this last week, but I'm thinking about going induction for the cooktop. So if any of you guys have induction cooktops, I'd love to hear from your experience. Is that something that you agree with? Or should I stick with gas? So we talked about it last time, and the response is about 50-50. Stick with gas, go induction. I am thinking in the long term, in the future, to go solar. My roof has about 3 to 5 years of life left before we have to replace the underlayment and all that. And yes, Andrew, lawyers do hold up. So we got to decide between that. What do we want? And I'm thinking induction works well. And if we go solar when we've replaced the roof, then, hey, free energy that handles our induction cooktop. We don't have to worry about the gas and stuff like that. So that's kind of my thinking behind that. Been on there several times. That's great. We moved to induction, and our eldest son did too. And you'll love it, huh? You will not go back. Is that correct? Andrew's Leander game. Okay, I got that open. What was next after Leander was probably going to be... Why did I... Okay, I am a derp. Fiji. Okay, Aki came in 4th. Or 5th. Aki came in 5th. Hanover came in 4th. I don't know why I kept putting the same number in, because I'm trying to do too many things at once, probably. Do solar and roof. That's the idea, Guild. That's the idea. And since the roof is old enough, right, I kind of feel like that's just what we're going to do. Right? And I'm cool with that. I'm very cool with that. Hold the thought for that, Poggington, 1 minute. When I switch scenes, I'm going to pull up my build viewers thing, and then we'll look at it then, okay? I know you're excited. I'm sorry. I'm making you wait so long. But, I want to make sure that we've had a good community moment where we can talk about some things. Speaking of community moment, some big news in our community that I'm very proud of reading about, is that we have 2 members of our community that I know of who got accepted to the Wiki Editor program, and that was Pockington and Joey. So let's get some congratulations in chat for Pockington and Joey, because they joined the program that really launched me into this whole volunteering thing for World of Warships, and ultimately got me here. It kept me engaged so much. Make sure the induction can handle any type of pan and try not to spill water on it. Good to know. Wouldn't go back. Water boils in 1 minute to 90 seconds. Burners cool fast. What brand do you use, Guild Mom? Stovetop cleans easier too. That's what I like too. Solar and batteries. Okay, yep. That's what I'm thinking. You have more experience with gas. Current stove at home is as old as the house. Harvest Gold Hotpoint electric stove, and it's plodding along perfectly fine. I figure if I'm going to go electric, I might as well just go induction, go all the way. That's kind of my thought process behind it, but I don't know if it's a good one or a bad one. Kitsune, we'll start with you for your replay. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then Silver will do you after that. Is that good for you? We have a Frigidaire, and your son has a European one. Gotcha. We're looking at an LG one because it's got the more traditional kind of knobs that I kind of like, because it's similar to, doing a gas range. And it looks to me like they don't have a lot of the crazy safety tech. We were looking at, we were also considering a GE profile. But when I was looking at reviews, you need a specific size of pen, and if it's too big or too small, it won't run. And some other people complained that the sensor itself broke and it wouldn't run. So we're like, screw that. Water on hot hobs can affect the efficiency of the hobs, especially paddle bobs. I don't know what hot hobs mean, but okay. SAT won the... I didn't even see you in here, SAT. Look at that.
Thank you. I'm here just for the code, apparently.
Well, welcome to
How
you.
are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. We just finished a level 7 high train. We're almost to level 8. Amazing. So it took a little bit of time. We're just kind of talking through some things, doing a community moment, updates, all that good stuff. And it's time for some special dirty water. So y'all, if you want to join in, exclamation point cheers. We'll get some emotes spammed around. Feel free to share what you're consuming. This here is, what is it? Peach Absolute Vodka. Because it was laying around, leftovers from dad's girlfriend's late husband's liquor collection. So cheers to him. And hey to you, Cobra. Ah, that's yummy. That is yummy. Thank you for the cheers. I can't swim. Okay. So the other big update was data I was trying to talk about earlier. And I came down here, I told Dad, I said, I'm going to be using a lot of data. I know I'm going to use a lot of data because of the rerun channel is constantly running with upload. And my stream, especially if I multi-stream, use up a lot of data. I'm currently multi-streaming in 2 locations and then using Restream to branch off there into 3 total locations. So I'm getting a 2-for out of Restream. All right. And I told my dad, I said, we got to figure out data. He said, okay, no problem. He goes on vacation, comes back. He's like I said to him, let's figure out data. He's like, okay, I got an email. I'm 110% over the data cap. What? We're not even here. Yes, they do, Andrew. Some providers do. We're not even here for 2 weeks, and we've already hit his data cap. What? So I'm looking into it.
3 gigabyte. Does it have like a 3 gigabyte cap or something?
1.28 terabyte, which is kind of a standard in the industry. If they're going to have a data limit, it's usually around 1.2 terabytes of data, of total data used. So, okay, what's causing that? Obviously, this stream has data upload. That's a decent amount. I looked to my rerun, and I noticed last week that I had it still set to 8,000 bit rate up, and I'm on 720, 30 frames per second. I don't need that much upload. So I changed it down to 4,000. And when I got the data cap, I said, crap. So I shut that off. And then I said, we're going to lower it farther to 2,500. Nobody's complained about it. So I think the stream quality is good over on the rerun channel. There's a link for there if you want to check that out, follow. Very much appreciate it. People do that. And so I knee-jerk reaction turned everything off. I turned my cell phone, which has its own data, of course. I turned a hotspot on for that, and I connected that to that. I had my wife connect her work to her cell phone hotspot to try to minimize data usage as quickly as possible. And then we called his cable, his internet service provider, which is Cox over in on the West Coast. It's similar to Comcast or Xfinity, what I had back home. 4K, yes, it does. I don't do that. I just do the 1080p, but yes, it does. You use a lot of bandwidth. So so we called, and thank God they do have a grace month. So if you go over your data usage 1 month, no worries, they won't charge you for it. I triple checked that on the phone with the guy before turning everything else back on again. And then they do have a unlimited add-on for $50 for that month. So $50, okay, fine. Because they were going to charge $10 for every 50 gigabytes you go beyond. Think about that for a sec. They don't throttle, but they charge $10 for every 50 gigabytes. I'm already at that point, I was at 117% of the 1.2 terabytes. So you can do some math. And I was telling my dad, this is going to be a hefty bill. We're talking over $100 of extra data already. Yes, exactly, Aldeas. So that's why we called them right away. which is also why I turned off the rerun channel. Look, guys, the rerun channel makes me some money, right? But nowhere near enough to cover the extra data usage. So but then once we figured everything out, I turned it back on again. And then, hey, a $50 add-on for unlimited, that's fine. We can stomach that. The rerun channel can handle that for earnings. That's cool. Can you change the provider? No. I'm at my dad's. My dad gets his internet, he gets his cable TV, and he has a home phone all together. We're not going to change that. You know what I mean? It's expensive, but we're also not going to change that. Now, my new place is going to have fiber optic, 300 up, 300 down, unlimited data. Yeah. So that should be good. That should be set. But, you know, my biggest fear was we come in and we cause a hefty bill, which of course we would take care of. Okay. Not fair to ask dad to pay for that. But, you know, I don't want to cause any stress for him. So that's why immediately we knee-jerk reacted and stuff like that. You have 1 gig up fiber. I could do that, Andrew, but I don't think I need it. I don't think I need it. Sounds like Cox or Warner. Cell carrier internet, 30 to 50 a month. Could split stream sync data speeds are awesome. Yeah, we do. So we had to change our phone internet and just regular service provider literally the day before we drove to Arizona, because that day before we also canceled our internet back home with Verizon, or not with Xfinity. We canceled that, and then they told us if we do that, our Xfinity Mobile, which is what we were using for cell phone, we were going to be charged $50 a line to have Xfinity Mobile. $50 on top of our normal. Hey, Benjax. No, thank you. So what we ended up doing was we changed to T-Mobile prepaid, T-Mobile Connect, I think it's called, prepaid. $15 a month, 5 gigabytes of data up and down, of course, and then unlimited talk and text, which is perfect, which is absolutely perfect. I can't swim. You already have VIPness. Let me give you. I'm going to reject that. Get your channel points back, unless you want to remove someone. Unless you want to remove somebody else's. We are all out of VIPnesses, by the way. We are maxed out, so somebody has to cut someone else's VIPness away.
What?
VIPness. You become a VIP, and you gain VIPness.
Okay, just wanted to double check.
You're with Verizon. My dad is too. He's paying like $60 a month or something, and you know, we've been talking to him about changing over to ours to save some moolah. Because what's the point? Explain VIPness. Well, if you are a VIP of the channel, you get that diamond icon, and you got the ability to post links. Those are the main bonuses. So for I think it's 1,000 channel points, you can gain VIPness. And then for 10,000 channel points, you can cut off somebody's VIPness. That's how it works. You're a networking telecom engineer. Oh, that's awesome, Guild Mom. I had no idea. You're on Cricket with a grandfather plan. There you go, Bach.
If I invest 100,000, do I get protection?
No. Ooh. I should do that. I should put. Huh. I never thought about that. You practice safe VIPness. Well, Kitsune, see, here's the funny thing. If I go to give you VIPness, oh, it's 10,000. So it's 100,000 to cut it out. I can't add it because I have no more VIP slots. So I have to reject that, refund your channel points. ISP's mobile service providers are bundle contract sharks. Yes, they are. So at our new house, we'll do internet, and then we're probably going to do what we did at home. We're going to put an antenna up in the attic, and we're just going to get free over-the-air TV that way, so we don't have to pay for cable. We saved over at the time, over $80 a month doing that back home, and that was 17 years ago. So think about $80 a month. Now it's $150 a month with cable TV or something crazy. So think about that savings per month. That adds up to significant savings. 100,000. So maybe, yeah, so maybe then it'd be 1 million points for protection. ISP's, I already said that. Okay. Part of Phoenix, northwest area, Logger. Northwestern area. We got some replays to do before we get to that. Pockington's got some questions. So let's get to the replay section here. I'll put the build viewer on. And we go to replay render. We're going to load up Kitsune's replay. Oh, the Hanover game was yours too, Kitsune. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Thank you. Are you in Phoenix, Logger? Fortet, I can't give you VIPness. I have to reject your VIPness. Sorry. No good. That sounded bad. That sounded bad. Yes, monsoon season is coming, as well as the heat. Don't apologize. Don't apologize, man. You can see the TSMC plant from your house. Yeah, that's going to be interesting when it loads up. Can we refresh this? There we go. All right. So real quick, guys, Pockington is in a dilemma. His dilemma is, what ships does he want to get for a new Research Bureau ship as somebody who mainly does player versus environment, so like operations and stuff like that. So I haven't done this yet. We're going to go through real quick on the ships that I recommend for Research Bureau for operations PvE content. All right. Chateau Renault? No. Ocean? No. Slava? No. Irresistible? Sure. Ohio? Yes. Hull? Yes. There's a lot of cruisers in PvE, so yes. Brennus? No. Maybe. Sicilia? Sure. SAP secondaries are fun. Gibraltar? Maybe. Sevastopol? No. Colbert? No. Probably not. You have to play far away a lot. Druid? Sure. Druid could work. Vampire Deuce? Okay. Illinois? Yes. Siegfried? Okay. I wouldn't do it. Van Spike? Sure. Hector? Actually? Yes. Paulo Emilio? You can do it, but you have to be very cautious in PvE ops. I've had a lot of fun with it. So there's my Research Bureau suggestions. Let me know in the comments what you would pick if you were choosing. All right. So, Mattium, thank you. I needed to pin it. I will do so right now. Someone do me a favor and clip that right now. Grab a clip of that moment. That would help me so much. Just grab a clip of me going through that. Okay? Paulo is fun as hell. Yes. Paulo is better PvP than E in my opinion, but PvE it is fun as hell too. Colbert is good in ops. Sure, Von Broek. My concern about Colbert is she's quite... I mean, she's got paper armor. Explodium.
She's very hard to use.
And she's great at range. And in operations, you really want to play closer more. So that's my thought process there. You don't see a point for Ohio. Oh, you're missing out on Ohio, Pac. Ohio is fantastic with a secondary build. So I would definitely go Ohio and not think twice about it. Ohio's great for secondary build. Her main battery is great at penning all the cruisers and most of the battleships that you'll find as well. So I really think Ohio is something you should give a second thought to. Sibir?
I would actually take Illinois over Ohio.
I would too. Illinois is a better pick over Ohio. Yes. You already have Valparaiso at tier 9, Irresistible at 10. Yes, they are similar playstyles. Illinois is going to be better for credit generation. You take Vermont over? You could. I mean, sure. I think Illinois would be a good choice for you, Pac. Yes. Ohio, I would still rank up there as a good choice for you. Okay. If there were any other ships you're not sure about, you can ask. But you know, Irresistible, you already said you got that. Ohio, I would say highly recommended. Cecilia with the SAP secondaries is nice in ops.
Yeah, we're talking about PvE, so
yes.
Ohio should be much better than Vermont.
That's kind of what I'm thinking about exactly. As far as the hull could be boring, but I think also hull could be fun because if you're playing PvE with a lot of cruisers, especially that they're scripted in movement, you can put yourself in places to really utilize that AP. I'm thinking Operation Aegis, for example, on the escorting cruisers. Man, the AP will melt those cruisers. And if you're looking for citadels, this thing's a citadel machine in PvE. So I would highly recommend hull if you wanted to destroy her. SAT, am I missing any here?
Nope, you pretty much covered everything. I would be cautious about the Colbert because she's very hard to use properly, both in PvP and PvE. You
Yes,
have to be very good at hitting your shots, and then you have to be constantly dodging, because even
Yes.
the bots will accidentally depth strike you if you're not careful.
Yes.
I'd recommend an easier ship like Illinois.
Right. Now, I realize that Colbert is getting buffed in the future, but I still wouldn't use that to decide it. You're Amelia
the buff
Fenn.
is to her range, which isn't really that useful in PvE anyways.
Yes. Ohio is very much old reliable for both modes, and especially if you play Brawls a lot, Ohio is up there in Brawls in my opinion. Illinois is good for Brawls too, but I would rate Ohio better for Brawls. Personal opinion, of course. Annapolis is a good choice too, sure. But specifically, Pocketon is looking for Research Bureau choices. So that's why I wanted to give him that thought. And of course, maybe in the future, people will want more of that for steel and coal. And I'm happy to do that too. Hell yeah, Poc. Let's go. Let's go. You will not be you will not be disappointed going Ohio. All right? Like real talk. You will not be disappointed going Ohio. Especially if you already have Georgia and you're familiar with those guns, you will not be disappointed. Okay? Yeah, hey, reset Haragumo however many times you want. I've gotten to the point where I just regrind it if I have nothing else to do mission-wise, and then I just keep resetting it. Shermosh is a +1 for that. There you go. All right. Well, thanks for your patience, Poc. And if you've got other questions on that, ask. And if you guys really want me to do a steel and coal version of this, I can very much do that at some point later today. Or just in the future. I don't care. You have no free XP, so you actually have to play the lump. That's okay. Look, free XP to tier 6. That's what I do. Free XP to the Harugumo, and or not Harugumo, Hetsu Haru, and then just regrind from there, and that's not so bad. Okay, you don't even need a free XP at the torpedo range if you're playing ops. I mean, it helps, but you can also just get it there naturally. Don't feel like you have to waste a ton of free XP for this. This is coming from the guy who hoards everything in the game, Poc. Come on. So if I'm telling you that, come on. You like Burgon? Burgon is a good choice. Burgon's steel, though, if I remember right.
Yep, steel.
Yes.
So the other thing you could do, Poc, the hybrid for that, what I do for that, Poc, is I do first win bonus in a ship, then free XP. So you can do tier 1. You could do the, whatever it is, a tier 1, I can't remember. You could do that, get a win, get your first win bonus, then free XP to the tier 2. Get a win in that. Then free XP to the 3. Get a win in that, free XP to the 4. Get a win in that, free XP to the 5. Get a win in that, free XP to the 6. You could do that as well. And that kind of, you know, is a good in-between moment. The best time to do this, though, would have been when it was a 200% first win bonus. Just saying. It is what it is.
I'd be careful of your credit reserves if you go that route.
Of course, yes, you're going to use more credits that way. But the nice thing about credits, much like free XP, is you'll get it over time. You free to Shiratsu, oh, you're missing out. You're missing out. So, in my opinion, Shiratsu is a hell of a lot of fun, especially in operations. Also ranked when you do torpedo reload booster. Shiratsu, I think, is actually a highlight, in my opinion, of that line. Eki is great. Hidekaze is great. To me, the Hatsuharu is fun too. Where I hate the line is at tier 5. The tier 5 is just trash, frankly.
The guns
I don't
are
like
just not good enough at 5.
Yes. Is the Shinano worth the steal? Yes, Stojanovic. Good question. And yes, I would say if you're a carrier enjoyer, Shinano is great. She's a skill cannon. You have to really learn how to use her. But if you like playing carrier, she's a lot of fun and gives you a lot of options in both PvP and PvE content. I would highly recommend that. Kamikaze is amazing. Of course it is, Andrew, but we're talking about Tech Tree. We're talking about the Matsaki Saki or the Minekaze. I don't remember which of the two, but both of them suck at tier 5.
Side note, you can also get AL Shinano if you have a lot of money and or a lot of 4-leaf clovers lying around.
Yeah, if you have a lot of luck up your butt like Pockington.
No joke about that.
Yeah.
Are steel
I
ships
do
worth the
have-
steel?
Yeah. Go on.
Most of them are worth the steel, but others are not. Ocean? Ocean's okay. I don't care much for Ocean personally.
Yeah. If you're a carrier main, then yeah, get Ocean. If you're not a carrier main, then yeah, don't bother with it.
Yeah. Ocean's just too different. Ocean kind of bridges that gap between tier 10 and super tier 11 for carriers, right? Because it's got some tactical jets, which add some uniqueness to the flavor. So, yes, exactly, Andrew. I would go for Shinano over Ocean. And that's true, Pockington. Ocean is getting nerfed in the upcoming patch. Side note, I don't know why, because I don't really care much for Ocean, but I guess there are some people doing dirty things with Ocean, so there you go. Ocean lost its all its people. Yeah, that's fair, Cherimosh. That's fair. All right, Kitsune has been extremely patient. Shall we go to his replay now? Any other questions, chat, before we do this? Yeah, it is a pain in the butt. It's a pain in the butt. Two ships that need massive nerfs, Los Andes and Libertad. Well, they were nerfed in the... Yeah, let's not go there.
If you want to spend another hour here, we can talk about Colombo and Valparaiso nerfs.
The short end of that is Valparaiso nerf is that's just lip service, and the Colombo nerf, in my opinion, is much bigger because they dropped the spotter plane. Moving on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's our first replay of the day. This is Kitsune, the unhinged Kitsune, in the Yamato, the tier 10 tech tree ship. And as you can see, of course, he's got the awesome Sabaton camo on it, because why the hell not? Now, the Yamato at tier 10 is well known as a very powerful ship. Of course, historically speaking, she was the most powerful battleship in the world in terms of shell weight, in terms of caliber, all those factors. The Japanese did a fantastic job creating the Yamato and putting her out there, right? She's very fast for her size, all that good stuff. Fun story about the Yamato, she used up so much fuel in order to operate that the Japanese Navy simply couldn't afford to set her out into a lot of operations. So she spent a lot of the war sitting along with Musashi in the Truck Lagoon, and gained the nickname the Hotel because of it. So some sailors loved it because they just got to sit there and do nothing, and she was the most modern of the Japanese Navy with all the best accoutrements at the time, and others were bored. Exactly, Gilmom. Similar to using a super ship, she's just too damn expensive, so you're just going to let her sit in port. In World of Warships, Yamato is a little bit different. One, she's got kind of magic overpen of everything, which is similar-ish to reality. She's got very good accuracy at range. Okay, she's almost a sniper battleship, especially with the unique upgrade. She suffers at close range as a result. She's got a hexagonal armor profile, gives her a bit of a cheek, allows her to be citadeled very easily at close range. So you have to play Yamato as a goalie. You have to play her at medium to long range. Some people play with secondary builds. You just laugh at those people. Unless it's PvE, when... Okay, fine. Whatever. Anything goes in PvE content, right? So, she's a fun boat. She's actually one of the few original ships in the game that I would say has actually made it all the way to the end and is still quite powerful. Yamato, Montana, Des Moines come to mind as ships that have really kind of managed to shrug off the power creep in this game. Which is kind of cool if you think about that. And maybe Shimakaze as well. So, with that, let's get into Armored Kitsune's build. He's gone with main armaments mod 1, damage control mod 1, aiming systems, steering gears, concealment, and finally main battery. So this is the unique upgrade. This makes it a real sniper at the expense, essentially, of your reload, because if you don't have this, you would go for the reload module, okay? But this is absolutely what you want if you're playing Yamato in PvP environment. PvE environment, player versus environment, I might actually rate the main battery mod higher, Or even if you want the lulls, you go secondary and then just go secondary build. Kitsune, do you primarily play Yamato in PvP or PvE, like in this game?
I play her at PvP.
PvP. Okay, perfect. So then this build is a PvP specific build that you just happen to take into player versus environments as well, which is good. That's what a lot of players do. It's a tech tree ship, so it's kind of expensive to have two 21-point captains on tech tree ships, on each tech tree ship. So I get it there. Gearing needs a buff. Absolutely it does, Andrew. I think she got buffed recently-ish, maybe a few years ago now. You've got the
Not really.
spotting aircraft. There you go. I thought she got a rate of fire buff or something. Am I wrong on that?
I'm pretty sure she still has the standard 3 that she's had since like the beginning of time.
Got it. Okay. But yeah, tier for tier, Fletcher is the better ship than Gearing at tier 9. So you've got a standard captain here. Now, I want to mention real quick, Yamamoto is almost purpose-built for Yamato because of the grease the gears. In the game, long time ago, the turret traverse was absolutely glacial, like to the point where if you needed to flip your guns, you might as well go take a piss and come back and your guns are still turning. So, you know, that's been buffed and fixed, but it's still kind of not so fun. So Yamamoto is good for that. And then, of course, if you get the Kraken with a second wind, that comes in really handy for Yamato build. Where is your Yamamoto, Kitsune? Do you know?
I don't have him yet.
What? How do you not have him yet?
That.
Yeah,
I need
seriously.
to complete the campaign. I'm not even halfway through.
Hurry
Why
up and
not?
complete the campaign.
Real talk,
Campaign's
why not?
coming.
It's a free commander. You just do the campaign.
Yeah. I don't try to.
You need to. Like, seriously. While you're playing the game, these missions, just add them and forget about them. Eventually you complete them, go back and add more to them, okay? And
All right.
yes, you can redo the missions. So if you do one, do easy ones. Just get credits, XP, whatever. It's basic, okay? You just keep doing it and you'll unlock Yamamoto. You need Yamamoto. Man, you need Yamamoto. Especially because they're redoing Yamamoto's perks for PvE content. It's really good.
Yeah.
Okay? Really good. Andy
All right.
Gamer, good to see you. Thanks for saying hi. You got it. And this is important for anybody else listening to this, whether this goes out to YouTube or not. Freaking do this, guys. Freaking do this because it's a 10, I think it's 10 points, maybe 15 or 16 that it comes with. But the important thing is, man, you get that Kraken in PvP and it's either hella fun because all of a sudden you're reloading quicker, you get the heal, or the game's already over anyway, but at least you're feeling better about what you're doing. So, why not? You gotta get Yamamoto, guys. Hello, Amias. Anyway, your build. Let's talk about your captain build. You've gone with Gun Feeder, an Emergency Repair Specialist, Grease the Gears, Vigilance, Basics of Survivability, Emergency Repair Expert, Concealment Expert, Fire Prevention. Okay. I hate one thing about your build, Kitsune. Do you know what it is?
What?
You don't. SAT, what is it? You know.
AR.
What is it, SAT?
AR.
You're missing Adrenaline Rush. God, you need Adrenaline Rush. You need... almost every ship needs Adrenaline Rush. What's tougher? What's tougher to complete? Yamamoto is harder to complete between the two, Cobra. Halsey, I call honorable D-punch for a reason, okay? Because you have to do with American ships, high-tier ships, and there's carrier missions. Especially if you're trying to do with honors, it's hard. It's hard. Not every ship, note. Shimakaze, if she never takes damage, doesn't need Adrenaline Rush because she doesn't gain anything from it. But it's an outlier. So you need Adrenaline Rush. And here's the problem. You went for Gunfeeder. You don't need Gunfeeder in Yamato. You are always firing AP. I don't care what you're shooting at. AP. Okay? The rare occasion may be a sub. AP. You need AP in your barrels.
No, you can fire HE against destroyers if you know that's the only thing, but
Yeah.
it's not worth taking Gunfeeder.
Exactly. So, okay, you take a 1 pointer there. 2 point skill, Grease the Gears or Vigilance. look, if you're playing PvP and you're far away and you find yourself never flipping your guns, Grease the Gears is pointless. Not pointless, but next to pointless. Vigilance, if you're far back from the battle, you got other people in front of you, Vigilance is also kind of pointless. So decide between the two. Honestly, I'd probably drop Vigilance in favor of the Turret Traverse. Bam, there's Adrenaline. Okay? SAT, what do you think?
Yep. The other change I'd make is to switch out basic survivability for IRPR. The one
Improved
that gives you an
repair.
extra heal.
Yes. If you're playing PvP especially, and even if you're playing PvE, the extra heal comes in handy. And don't forget, it's not just the extra heal, it's also the quicker reload for your repair party. That's also important for those moments you get into firefights where you just wish you could heal a little bit sooner. So this is important. And make a mental note for yourself, Kitsune. Yamamoto is going to go here. Okay? You could put him in other places. You could put him in Zao. Okay? But how often do you really play test ship Zao? Come on. You could put him in Hakuryu, or you could put him in the Sekuryu, the super ship carrier. But then you're only getting his talents out of it. He doesn't have any skills that really help with carriers. You're better off with the Suzuki's Ito Oruga because the buff survivability expert in carriers. So, frankly, you're putting him on this ship, okay? So get Yamamoto, put him on the Yamato. It's easy to remember because they sound similar. And this is the build you want. Okay?
All right.
Side note, if you...
For
Go
my
ahead.
side note, I would consider switching out steering gears for prop mod, just for slightly easier dodging if you're not moving very much.
Thank you. I forgot to mention that. So
Yamato does have a slow acceleration.
it does, and rudder shift time with steering gears is 17, which is abysmal for a battleship. I usually want 15 seconds or under. But if you find yourself playing long range, it's really not so much about your direction. It's more about how fast you are to dodge incoming shells at long range or dodge incoming torpedoes as well. So propulsion does make sense if you're playing medium to long range. Thank you, SAT. I forgot to mention that. If you're playing brawling, like brawls or PvE environment, I would actually recommend damage control system over steering gears, especially because you're dropping basics in order to get this. So you essentially get basics in slot 4 for that automatically. And I was going to mention, if you are playing player versus environment, then you want manual secondaries. So what you're going to do here for that is you're going to probably drop these two, and you're going to go with that, right? You get the buffed preventative maintenance to keep your secondaries alive. You would switch this out for secondaries. You might still want, if you're playing up close, you can do secondaries here. And then I would probably go for secondaries here as well. And here's your PvP version of Yamamoto or whatever. Which you can do because you've got, if you train up another captain.
Yeah.
For your signals, you've gone with ramming, heal boosting, fire flood chance, fire reduction, fire chance, secondaries, anti-air, and consumables. Okay, dude.
That's all I had left for signals.
Well, okay, but dude, why waste the signals? You're probably never going to fire HE in this boat. And your secondaries, okay, maybe they can start a fire. But these are much more valuable in so many other ships. And if you're trying to conserve flags, you don't need them. If you're conserving flags, I would drop maybe ramming. I don't know. I would probably pick up flooding recovery. Heal is important. Speed is important. In PvE, I don't care about anti-air so much. I mean, you're in Cherry Blossom. There's a lot of planes to shoot down. But that's a rarity, right? Most of the other... Hermes has planes too, but the rest of them don't. So I would drop that. Well, Raptor has a few planes, but you get the idea. It's just not important for you. So, look, if you're playing PvE operations, here's how I would set my flags up. None of them. Keep your flags for PvP. Keep your flags for randoms, or most importantly, ranked. Maybe, yeah, I would do those two. I would not waste them on operations or asymmetrics. Personal opinion, okay? Because those are expensive. That's credits or coal to replace.
If you want to go eco build, I'd take the AA flag and the heal flag. That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's put the build viewer
HP
off.
and heal, yeah.
HP is always good. HP is fantastic in any game mode. It's just a question of how often do you die in PvE content? You know what I'm saying? If you find yourself very rarely dying, then the extra survivability doesn't matter. Anyway.
But sometimes you get those games where your back is breaking because you have to carry.
Of course. But look at this. You're in a...
You have 14 HP left.
Yeah. You're in a full div, dude. You don't need the flags. You're not going to carry. If you're going by yourself solo, there's the argument for the more try-hardy stuff. You're in a full div. Chances are, these guys know what they're doing. At least most of them do. If they don't...
most of them, yes.
Okay.
Not all of them.
And so this goes to the next part I was just about to say. If they don't know what they're doing, why the hell are you in a div with them? All due respect to all the people in the div. But you know what I'm saying. Like... just putting it out there.
One of them is High Fire. So.
Is he?
Yeah, he's probably, he's on his alt account. He's in the Prince Albert.
Yeah. Okay. And then I see Short Circuit is, yeah. I think that's his brother. So yeah, that makes sense.
That's his dad, Short Circuit.
I always mix those two up, thank you. Side note, I'm actually in his, anyway, go ahead.
I don't think you can report people in your div.
No. If so, I'd be reporting our CV player.
There you go. This...
For being a weeb? Understandable.
No, not that. For not being good.
Uh-oh. Here he goes. Look, this introductory part of the game, this is 100% when you would want HE in the barrels to start. So, if you really wanted to go try hard, hit 1 twice as soon as the game starts, because you know you're going to see the destroyers right away.
Yeah,
and then
full speed.
And then after that, as soon as you fire the first salvo, switch to AP. Because you need to be ready for when the cruisers are spotted. You went back to HE now, and now you want the AP. You want the AP, and you want the plane up. Bam, carrier is spotting for you. You want the plane for the extra vision, but SAT's right, because you are going slow. You can't even see the freaking Zao. All you can do is minimap, guess, and shoot. You need to see that Zao at the start. It's broadside to you, and it's stationary. This is the best opportunity for Citadel's maximum damage with your AP shells. So you're hurting yourself a bit there. So Shinano, Kurfürst, Zuckerhoff, Adalbert. Okay, yeah. This is very much a almost try-hard division to the point where you're pretty much guaranteed the win. It's just a question of how much damage are you going to do.
I'd be surprised, actually, if you were to see. You'd be surprised at how often we win with those ships.
Or how few. Okay, fair. I'm just saying these are mostly meta ships is how I look at it. Like for PvE stuff, so.
Yes,
all of
they
them
should.
are well suited.
Yes, they should, but I don't think our carrier actually has a proper build.
Okay.
That shouldn't matter. You still have 5 other meta ships. Yamato's not quite meta, but she can do it.
Anytime I see in PvE content a carrier or a sub, I don't care what, like if I'm by myself or if I'm with other people, I thank them. Like what Danziel just thanked Taro for the gift up. I thank them. Because you know what they're doing? They're giving me extra XP and credits because I'm getting to do more damage. Except you're missing all your shots.
Here?
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
Exactly, Banjax. They're a bit of a waste in ops. They are good for learning carrier mechanics. So if you're not a good carrier player, operations is a fantastic place to learn carriers.
I mean, to be fair, sometimes it's not worth it to learn.
No, it's always worth it to learn. Always worth it to learn. I'm going to hard disagree with you there. It's not worth learning in PvP environments like ranked or randoms. Learn first at PvE. Then if you enjoy the ship or want to learn further, go into the PvP mode.
I mean, I want to show you my Hanover plays too.
Now, I'm going to say you're aiming too high. You are very close to your opponent, and they're broadside to you, you want to aim at waterline, maybe even a little bit below because of that. You just got 5 overpens on the Ibuki. Their shells are going too fast at too close of a range, and I can see you're getting frustrated in switching to HE.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, don't switch to HE. AP
No.
is your bread and butter.
Yeah. Your shell, if you look at your shell damage for HE versus AP, I mean, there's so... it's such a difference. You're hurting yourself switching to HE. You're feeling better because you're getting full pens instead of overs. But this is more
And dealing
of...
more damage.
That's what I mean. Yes. But this is more because of your aim, not so much because of the shell type. Okay? You want to aim lower. You need the water to slow the shell down slightly so that when the shell penetrates, it explodes, it detonates within the citadel instead of being so fast that it goes through both sides and out the other end.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pockington hit it on it too. Aurora Singularity, hello, happy Friday, good to see you, my friend. How you doing today? Now is also a good time for HE because you know it's all destroyers for a little while. So
And
this part,
cruisers.
there's a couple cruisers.
Yeah.
But
and
at this
aerodromes.
point, yeah, or by the airdrome, but at this point you've got destroyers here and then you've got destroyers that are going to spawn to the north. You're on forced vacation still. Enjoy it.
That lanes.
That's right. I covered your Yamato game. Pockton brings up a good point. I think I put that up for YouTube, didn't I, Pock? So at some point, it'll go to YouTube. You don't like the sound of silence, Banjaxed? I love this cover. It's almost over. I love this cover. You're a purist, Banjaxed, huh? That's okay. Why aren't you shooting the destroyer to the north of you? You know the one that's spotted, that's right by you? Why aren't you shooting him? With your HE that's already in the barrels?
Don't know.
I don't know either. That's why I'm asking. You're wasting XP right now, and damage.
Are we shooting the... We're trying to complete the jumps that early?
I guess so. Looks like it's being bombed as well.
The reason why I do that is because most of the times running with some of those people, we don't actually get it.
Ha.
Okay.
You guys can talk to each other, right?
Yeah, you're on a stream.
with them.
Yeah, but he's streaming, right? Hi-Fire's streaming.
Yeah.
So at the very least,
Yeah,
you can listen to what he's saying. And his division comms, if he's in voice. You don't have to be in voice. You know, sometimes I'll do that. Like if I'm in randoms, or especially ranked battles, and I run into a streamer, I'll pull that streamer up, if they're on my team. I'll pull that streamer up, and I'll just listen. With the reminder that they're about 20 seconds behind me, but I'll just listen. What are they saying? Maybe they might say, man, I really wish Zath was over here, or I'm concerned about this area. I could look, can I help? I'll go over there and help.
What's happening? It's one person yelling out commands that is not proper placements.
Okay. Either way, the point I'm getting at is, man, you're just leaving a lot of damage on the table here.
Ship is on fire.
And now you probably wish you had
Yeah,
AP for the Azuma.
We could sit here and just sit in the repair circles for a while.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I was trying to get unstuck. I've actually dragged the carry out.
He has a top-down view only because his spotter plane's up. It's done now, so no shooting
Yes.
planes.
Good question, Ozashi. So that's with the spotter aircraft consumable down here. When you do that, it extends your range, and you also have the top-down view, and then you get this, I think it's a C camera, C button for camera, and that changes back to your standard, so you can flip back and forth. But you have to have the spotting aircraft to do that.
Yeah, and it wasn't really worth it because he didn't kill the airfield, honestly.
He got some damage. If he's really concerned about the operation succeeding, okay, fine. But again, that's something that I might be doing with randoms and not in a div. But even then, I don't care. If I lose the operation, I still get a lot more if I focus on just damage output and killing stuff.
This is the point where I get frustrated because for some reason I didn't know why I was stuck on that.
So when the ship plows into at a certain point, the bow does get stuck. The best thing to do is actually to turn away from how it's set. So exactly what you're doing right now, just turn hard left and focus on your guns. Forget about your being stuck or not. That doesn't matter other than the alarm going off.
Yeah.
I'm honestly kind of surprised that Lexington is you're dragging it away. I thought it's
I know.
its pathing.
No, I did that. I was like, all right, fine. I'm just gonna take this over to the shore.
Wow.
So it makes you wonder, could you do that with Midway? Take the repair field to the bases?
Maybe?
The answer is usually no. AI ships like Transport typically has a set pathing just so you can't drag them away from their objective. I guess they never did it for Saratoga.
Pockington is correct. You could troll your teammates by finishing early, by focusing on the aerodromes, but I wouldn't.
You still have guns. You can shoot.
I know. I'm just like.
M-Note,
taking it on the walk.
M-Note, I get you. And that's where you just go to your options and turn the sounds down to nothing until this is done. But but Kitsune, dude, you are not helping the situation by constantly changing your rudder. Hard over left and be done with it. Focus on your guns. It'll sort itself out later. As you keep switching back and forth, you're actually digging yourself in harder.
Yeah, I know that.
You're also turning your guns away from target, so it's taking longer to get them back on target to continue shooting.
Yes.
Yeah, essentially you're just not contributing anything right now, and that's probably not a good thing given how you've described some of your teammates.
No, well, because this is like halfway through and we're just like screwing around, but
Okay, but go back to your earlier statement about being concerned about losing this operation. And here you are, like, hey, let's go sail off this direction. Huh. You know, like...
Yes, it's ChatGPT learning how to play the CV.
Yes. There you go, Cherimosh. No, this is actually the, NPC, I guess you could call. One of the NPCs of this operation that he's currently dragging with him.
yeah, just take it on the walk.
Yeah, and see, you're changing you're messing with your course. Man, just go hard over one direction and just be done with it.
You know, it's funny to know that I could just take that CV down to those bases, basically.
Okay. You're still dragging him. Because you moved your rudder to straight. Trolling the teammates and the viewers, that's correct. Carrying a carrier, Andy. Yeah, seriously, he really is. I'm already thinking a title for this on YouTube is like going for a walk or something, or...
Yeah, that's why I said taking my Lexington on the walk.
This is the other Shinano they experimented with, strapping a Lexington onto the back of Yamato.
There you go.
Wrong hybrid. Non-operational.
You know, we also found out that Yamato actually can outpower the Lexington. Because that ship is probably in full reverse.
No, Lexington's not. If it's a player, it probably is. But Lexington is most likely just... If he got to the point he's supposed to get to, the NPC, it just stops. It doesn't...
Well, you can see his
smokestack? The smoke funnel is based off the movement speed of the ship, not the actual power of the ship and the throttle. I know, right? It's crazy to think about it that way. Meanwhile, you're like, fine, I can't get any damage, I'll do this myself. Hey, look, you finally separated. I wonder if we want to call this Operation Lex Go. Since it's a
Let's go,
Japanese
there you
ship. Since it's a Japanese ship and you think back to Operation Ago, right?
Yeah, Lexico. Lexico.
Lexigo. You can do it to other players that are disconnected. Yes, correct. And if you notice that, yes, if you hit those players, their smokestack will activate even if they're AFK. So they're technically not... It's the game's way of trying to help you understand how fast a ship is moving.
But then,
Not necessarily.
how come do I get bumped and I'm just slowly drifting without the engine's actually moving?
Because you're going
But I'm
too
at a
slow.
standstill.
Because you're going too slow when you get bumped. If you get bumped and pushed forward at a significant enough speed, then you'll start seeing the smoke show up.
Oh. Because
Exactly,
I thought it was like,
Pockington.
you know, if you have your engine, like, you have to turn on your engines to stop yourself again.
I mean, technically, no. As long as you are away from the force that hit you, you will stop naturally anyways. That's why if you're AFK, you automatically stop, because once you disconnect, the game turns everything back to neutral. Your aim and your speed and your rudder all are back there. No C-Star. I mean, all he did was kill an airfield and get stuck on a step ship.
On a
But
ship.
you still did better than your poor Shinano who's learning how to Shinano. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate for them. Okay.
They've
Well,
been playing CVs for many years.
okay. Well, that's fine. Then they're still learning. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Let's put the replay render on. Guys, I think Lexigo is going to be the best title for this if it makes it to YouTube. What do you guys think?
Lexico.
This is, all due respect to you, Kitsune, I think this is one of those replays where I feel like the value was more in things outside of the game than in the game. Like talking about the build and maybe at the very beginning. But everything else, like in battle itself, eh.
I know.
Yaki's parents. Hola to you as well. Pozuicon Leone. Shinano is a ship that hates cruisers or bigger. True. So in PvE, you would think Shinano would be very strong, especially asymmetrics, because there's lots of cruisers in asymmetrics.
It's very good, but Shinano's not a beginner-friendly
No.
carrier to learn on.
Oh no. And also you need to know how to drop her stuff right.
Yes.
Yeah, that AP bomb is pretty much the entire reason you play her, and it is very difficult to understand, even for experienced players.
Which we even tried to tell our CV player you need to drop it on the second line of battleships, and they prefer to drop it on the third line.
Right. Well, fine. Let them learn, let them practice, and that's where Shinano is difficult. That carrier player scored a total of, I just had it up and it just moved.
It was like 860 or so base EXP.
Yeah. So it says actual damage was just under 20,000 and observed is 4,500. I'm not 100% sure about that, but most of their focus was on the aerodromes, not so much on the ships. So then I can see why their damage was that low.
Yeah.
The two cruisers at the very start, they're the most ideal targets for him to hit. They're stationary, they're predictable, and he should have had easy pickings on them.
Right, and Kitsune should have as well, which we highlighted. So those are two really good training ships, and that's where I say operations is great for learning carriers, because you really can learn how things work. Now,
normally I do great with this in Yamato. I just screwed around this time.
And that's fine. Some players, hey, they're happy with what they know and they don't really care to learn more. Fine, let them do their thing. There's nothing wrong with it. It's PvE. No one's holding a gun to their head saying, you have to play this way. Okay? Randoms and ranked, maybe then I get a little bit more sensitive to, hey, I'm just having fun. But it really depends on what you're out for. Some people go way overboard. Me, 8 years ago, I went way overboard. Now, I'm more chill. Don't care. It's having a good time. That's true, Pac. So it also teaches you how to not lose all your planes, right? in operations.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it. All right. Well, Kitsune, thank you for the replay. It was still worth looking at, and hopefully we gave you some good feedback, things to think about.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, chat. We're going to go to the back screen. We're going to get words started. I need to hit the bathroom. It looks to me like commercials just started. I just got a text message. I need to check that as well. So I'm going to run commercials, and I believe Silverstorm, you're next with a clan battle game, right?
Also, radar approaching him.
Thanks for getting clan battles last night. Yep. It's
Awesome.
just for fun, really. It's nothing super exciting, nothing super plain. Couple learning moments there.
Sounds good. All right, thank you for your... All right, thanks for the patience. We'll get to it after this break, okay?
He just gets bungoed.
In the meantime, y'all, feel free to play words if you want. I'll see you in just a few moments.
And then Rosgildier pops his crawling smoke in the Cerberus, his fancy crawling smoke, so he's just going to take advantage of this Des Moines. But here comes the bungo shot. Let's follow this in. Clobbered. You just got bungoed, sir.
Well,
now...
it's kind of funny how that works.
Oh. Ouch. Boomsay, what did you do?
He took a lot of damage.
Did take a lot of damage. I was expecting him to come up to this part of the island here so that the Borodino has to radar or risk being torped in this, in the face and the side. Instead, the lightning just came out in the middle and said, "Hey, here I am. Come kill me. Easy win."
You know where I would have went? I would have went to sea in between the two islands.
Yeah, that would have worked exactly well too. Well, let's see if Pumse has any more torpedoes at the ready. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
Probably won't be enough.
Kill.
Ooh, they did! They got the kill! They got the kill!
What?
And
Screamers
that's...
are idiots.
And
that's GG.
That's GG.
Smokeless. That is smokeless.
However, we do have Peregrinus coming back to rotate in the Ohio, and Homicide might actually get homicided by his own torpedoes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think so.
Oh my god, here it comes. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a team kill!
I couldn't even see those torpedoes. I had to be looking at the all camera. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Clipping moment.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Leo's never got into sea.
40 seconds.
He's trying to get into sea now.
40 seconds.
Is it gonna happen in time?
He'll get there in time. It's just a question of is that enough time for everything else to fall into place? Holy crap.
He's there now.
Nope, not
there.
yet.
Maybe
now,
there.
Now,
there it is.
Now.
A 6-point lead. 5D has a 6-point lead.
But look, that's it. They win on 33 seconds. Soar wins in 39 seconds.
The game's over in 10 seconds.
10 seconds! Oh my god!
All they had to do, they drove the Ohio and stopped the sea cap, and that's the game.
They didn't do the math right. This falls to math.
No criticism of Unhinged. He can play. Yeah, sure. Right. Exactly. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we gave some feedback on how we can improve.
Sure.
Oh my
god.
What a finish.
Bakery has the opportunity to YOLO charge down.
Bremen is my waifu. Is that your name in game? Oh my god, it is. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like he doesn't want to take that, and this is a really bad decision.
Dutchmeister P, how's it going?
Just getting back. Yep. Yeah, I changed my username after Bremen was released. Entire clan battle season. I was the only one in my clan at the time who had Bremen. I spent this entire season in Bremen.
Okay.
So by the end of it, I decided, why not change my name? And now Bremen is my waifu. Is my name.
That's fair.
Does she know you're cheating on her with Prince Eugen?
Megan says she'll kill me if I say, so I have to take the fifth on that.
Understood.
Awesome. One sec, guys. I need to read something. I gotta do something for my the house stuff. So sorry, I need you to wait just a few more minutes.
33 seconds. He has to shoot the Jean Bart because you desperately need a kill. which means he couldn't have potentially just yeeted a Collinwood.
Yep. Oh, that horse getting on the Lennon side, rubbing his nose all.
Honestly,
Maskoff takes a torpedo from the Cassard. That's the Gumo. Fafner going in for another torpedo.
I want one too.
Wait,
Oh, he's gonna take another one.
No,
Gumo's gonna take another.
He's gonna take another one.
Gumo's dead.
Gumo down.
He's trying to win. He's trying to trade with. That's a terrible trade for those guys.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I just needed to sign something else real quick. That's how. If anybody's ever bought or sold a house, you understand what that means already. All right. Well, let's get back to our game then. Load this bad boy up. And then this one is going to be Silverstorm in an Eugen. Prinz, right? I believe is how the game calls it. Yeah.
Prince? Yeah, the Z is at the end.
All right. So, welcome back, everybody. We're going to take a look at this one. This is called the Adler Camo Elusive Spider. Historically, in this game, the Adler Camo used to give an extra 10% of credits on top of the standard 50% XP earnings. And then, of course, with the Camo rework, things changed. And if I remember right, if you already had the Adler, you got like an extra bonus on your permanent bonus package or whatever for, you know, your econ stuff. So there you go. Thank you, Cheramash. So yeah, so Eugen has been around in this game a very, very long time. She was added, I want to say within the first year or so of the game, one of the 2 tier 8 cruisers that had a heal. Now that was a very important distinction at the time. Wargaming has since changed their mind on especially mid-tier cruisers, and coming soon, .tm, they are extending heals to cruisers of, what is it, tier 6 and up?
Yep,
or is it
6
5?
and up.
6 and up. So, hey, you know, Eugen loses a little bit of its luster there, but she does gain a little bit in that Wargaming is giving her buffed AP penetration angles, a la the tier 9 Dockyard
Luca.
ship. Thank you. The blue hair, that was recent. So, yeah, she gets a little bit back that way, I suppose. Yay.
Which I'm excited for, because German AP is already very strong, so.
Assuming you can get a flat broadside, but with the improved pens, that makes it even better. So you get a little bit more flexibility there as well. The nice things about it, besides the AP, is the HE. She's got 1/4 HE penetration capabilities. So that means that her 203 millimeter guns will penetrate 50 millimeters of armor plating. Now that makes her extremely comfortable if you like playing her as a long-range HE farmer. Okay, you don't have to do that, but you can. She also has the 6-kilometer torpedoes on either side, and she's decently maneuverable and pretty well armored. Although at range, that Citadel with the turtleback armor can work against her. So there you go. Andy loves Prince Eugen. Yes. She's handled herself well over the years. I would rather play a Tago than Prince Eugen looking at tier 8 premium boats, but she's still okay, and she'll be better after the upcoming buff, so there we go. All right, let's take a look at Silver's setup. Now, keep in mind, this is a clan battle, so we're going to look at this more from a try-hardy perspective, okay? And we're going to kind of analyze this thinking about utility and damage in the battle itself. Might be slightly different from PvP, just keep that in mind, like random battles. So you've gone with main armaments mod 1, damage control mod 1, aiming systems mod 1, propulsion, and finally, concealment. All right. First thing I'm going to point to is in slot 2. If you're playing in clan battles, dude, you need hydroacoustic search module. Anything else?
I just don't have it yet.
And that's fair. if you
Cold
play the
type
boat a
move.
lot, it's worth investing the coal. If you're playing every night, Prince Eugen, for 10, 20 battles per night, hit the hydro module, because, you know, if it's just a, let's go around, hey, you go take whatever your ship and you pick this the one time in clan battles, you don't need a hydro module. See the difference there? SAT, am I missing anything with the upgrades?
For the upgrades, looks fine. Just
Yeah.
without the Hydra mod, of course.
Right. All right, let's move on to...
The last night would be the first night I've actually taken Eugen in clan battles this entire season, so...
Okay.
He's not ideally built for clan battles. I do have
That's
to
fine.
Lucian's on. His skills are, to say in advance, his build is for Schroeder.
Okay.
I have him specifically built for Schroeder. I don't have another 21-point German commander for Eugen specifically yet. That's why I have Pack-a-Punch on there.
Why, where is Loot Jens right now? Like, tech tree-wise?
Tech tree-wise, he is on my Schlieffen.
He's on sleep. Okay, that's a fair place to put him. I just highlight that because remember, everybody, just because you have a special legendary captain doesn't mean you just throw him on premiums only. Put him on one tech tree ship, pick one that you enjoy, and then just put him on from there. Okay, so going into this knowing that this is a Schroeder build, okay, I get it, fine. And knowing that this is you just coming in and screwing around, also fine. Hey, Wolfie. Glad you had a good time at a motorcycle event. So Loot Jens, of course, has skills and talents and stuff like that, right? The main talents for you that's going to help is going to be main battery loader. So you get enough hits and your main battery reloads quicker. And the other thing that's going to help is when you spot 3 ships, you're going to get a heal. Although maybe that's less
I
important.
don't work in clan battles, so...
Oh, that's right. Thank you. I forgot about that. So the only parts that's going to work in clan battles for you is going to be Grease the Gears, the buffed Grease the Gears. Okay. So Grease the Gears, Demo Expert, Pack-a-Punch, Adrenaline Rush, Concealment, Outnumbered, and Top Grade Gunner. Okay. Yeah, this is very much almost like a damage / greed build. And you play this in Schroeder this way. Very interesting.
That looks more like a PvE build.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Is this a PvE build for Schroeder?
No. No, this is how I play Schroeder in randoms. I use Schroeder as a fast flank pusher. I get around the broadsides of enemies and just smash into them from the side. And it works extremely effectively.
Okay. If you're happy with it, cool. The only thing I'm thinking it's missing is Superintendent for the extra heal, but okay. Whatever. And then signals, of course, you might as well put full signals on. So we've got HP, fire reduction, fire flood chance, fire chance, heal boosting, speed, consumables, and then finally hydro. Yeah, I mean, these are all the skills the flags you'd want, really. Okay. SAT, am I missing anything?
Nope. That's really about it.
All right. Let's drop the build viewer then. Get to the replay itself, the battle, and you are with TSIOF, which stands for This Ship is on Fire, and you're in one of the subclans.
How serious do you want me to critique your ship lineup? Like, how serious are you playing?
Oh, you can critique it if you want. It's I'm not the caller, and I think we mostly took... We kind of put people in what you have, what you feel comfortable playing, because we think the caller this night feels more like the players, the strongest ships you can bring are the ones that players best in.
Okay.
Instead of putting a lineup where it's good ships but bad players.
I like that.
And ships that know what they're doing.
I like that. Build for the player, not for the ship. I like that. How many times... One of the biggest things that turned me off of clan battles, personal opinion, was when I'm told, Zath, bring a blank, and I absolutely hate that ship. I will say, there were some times where I learned to love ships, like Venezia or Henri IV, but other times I'm just like, this sucks. So I get it.
It's kind of like two different tiers. Like, if you're in the lower tiers, then individual skill matters more, and
Yes.
being a more comfortable ship helps a lot with that. Unfortunately, when you get to the highest levels, you kind of have to bring a ship that's actually suitable. Otherwise, you're just kind of gimping yourself. Because no matter how well you play at Baltimore, it's not going to match a Talon. Talon's 12-kilometer radar.
Good point. Good
So,
point.
speaking of which, your comp actually looks fairly respectable. Massa typically gets traded out for Vladdy because Vladdy has a lot more staying power. Baltimore is typically not used because you can use a Talon, which is a lot more durable, and the 12-kilometer radar is just better.
Yeah.
A Taco, you typically use a Cataluna because Cataluna has a lot better heal, has a lot more firepower, and the gun angles aren't as bad.
Okay.
A Malfi, usually you don't see her at all. Kitten Cossack is perfectly reasonable, though.
Yep. The biggest thing with Amalfi is if you're trying to do anti-destroyer duty with sap shells, fine. I can see that. That's the only ship that I would kind of poo-poo on the lineup. Like, really? Amalfi? But everything else, even Baltimore, I can understand, but I agree with SAT. Talon would probably be a better pick between the two radar cruisers.
Yeah, and I'm only assuming that there's a equal player skill. Of course, situation's different for you, so I understand taking Baltimore here.
Yep, and you're up against Massa,
So we
Chapayev.
have Amalfi over Cataluna because like we only have like 1 or 2 players in these two clans who play Cataluna well or feel comfortable in her.
It's a tough ship to play.
This guy in specific, I don't remember if he has it or not, but he's comfortable in Venets or the Amalfi. He's comfortable with Italian cruisers, not with the Spanish.
That's fine. Cataluna is also pretty squishy if you're not angled properly. Unfortunately, it's kind of a rite of initiation for first-time Cataluna players to get like triple Citadel at the start.
Oh yes.
I wish I was kidding.
So I paused the replay for a sec because we've talked about your lineup, their lineup real quick. They've got Massachusetts, Chapayev, Albemarle, Double Cherbourg, Akizuki, and Le Terrible. When I see this lineup, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, SAT, when I see Double Cherbourg, I'm immediately thinking they're going to push really heavy on one side with the 2 Cherbourgs plus others. So when I see that, I'm thinking... Yes?
Yeah. In real life here, when I saw the 1 Cherbourg pop up, my first thing is I exclaimed out like, "Oh crap! They've got a Cherbourg out here, so I've got to deal with the Cherbourg."
You've got 1 Cherbourg.
I know. I like playing Cherbourg line. I like playing French battleships, so I know how the Dunkirks and Marseille work.
So you are going to have a heavy push to recede on your side. So I paused this replay at an exact moment because I want to highlight for you, and of course anybody else that this goes out to YouTube that might watch. At this point, you should immediately be thinking, I'm kiting away, right? I need to turn my ship. I need to not be focused down by 3 cruisers, right? Massa's on the other side. He might have a shot on you. Akizuki spotted by C-Cap. Okay, so you know where that destroyer is, and you probably can assume then, because of B being capped at Le Terrible, went the wide way all the way out west. So really your threat is going to be the 3 cruisers in that area, right? So
when you play more clan battles, you need to know like what to expect from the enemy composition. In this case, you did a great job. Cherbourgs are typically played together, so when you see one, you should expect the second.
Right here is when I then panic again when I see, oh crap, they have 2 Cherbourg out here.
Of course.
Okay, this is going to be live as long as I can, do as much damage as I can before I inevitably die.
Now, I don't like that you took that shot before you went behind the island. You just told the Cherbourg there's something here. And so that's going to...
I shot about a minute before then when I took a shot for Cossack.
Yeah.
So they already would have seen that I was on the flank. I just held until before I went behind that way. It stayed dark when I took the shot.
Yes, but you're still giving them a little bit more information about where you're shooting from, and you're shooting AP at a bow in Cherbourg. You're going to do nothing anyway.
Right here, at this moment, I'm looking at the island just on the left side of the screen. I want to get closer to that island, keep it between the Cherbourgs and myself.
Okay.
I'm also keeping in mind I am an Eugen, And those archer boats, if they do what they're supposed to do and hard push me, I have 6-kilometer torpedoes to hit them with as they come around the island.
So you're thinking of yourself as just kind of like a bonsai YOLO, kill out one, maybe two of them. Okay.
Right, kind of sit there, make sure they can't. If they try to get past me, they have to fight past me, and they will likely pay for it.
Okay.
So I'm thinking just stop them from pushing up the flanking gate around behind my team.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that doesn't work against a better team. The Cherbourgs can easily run up the 10 line and get to your flank, and they don't care about your 6-kilometer torps.
Right.
If they're smarter about it,
They do
yes.
that.
Unfortunately for you, they've stopped. Maybe because they knew you were out there, but either way, they've stopped. So
That's their problem.
that's going to be their problem, but it's also kind of your problem because you're not able to hit anything right now.
I'm not too worried. The idea is that he acts as a doorstop. If
Yes.
he holds the 9-10 line,
Yes.
then that stops the Cherbourgs from flanking around and helping to secure C.
I
So as
agree.
long as he's there, he's technically doing his job.
I agree. So being in this position can be a strong position, and you're right. Not all input in the game is damage, right? So your presence alone projects that, hey, we can't go here anymore. Now you backing up here puts you in more danger. Unfortunately, your hydro is about to expire.
Yeah, 50 seconds, which had me concerned as well when I was watching that.
I mean, the Cherbourgs only have the final torpedo. It would have just detected, him farther. Okay, so you've got a bow in Albemarle that's just chilling. You could take some shots at him. Why aren't you?
At this moment, I'm waiting to see what happens, see what teammates I have that might be able to take shots at him. I'm thinking if I can just keep him spotted, if he shoots again. Eventually, I see that no one has an angle on him, so I do pop a shot or two here.
Okay.
Did he just kind of forget that he's playing Albemarle and not Chapayev?
I don't know. But here's the problem with you shooting. You got yourself detected, and now the Cherbourg was moving up, and you didn't know it. And, oh boy, look, there's two of them. And, yeah. Okay, well, you can get between the two of them and torp them both out and move on. And that'll feel good.
Yep, a 2-for-1 trade would be the most ideal.
That's going to be your best option.
Actually, ideal would be a 2-for-none trade.
Well, of course. Of course.
Ship is on fire.
Yeah, keep in mind, this doesn't actually work against a better team.
Also true. The best thing that they will do is just ram you. And then now what, So, fortunately, they saw you, and they did the standard, I'm just going to reverse back kind of a thing. And there you go. You don't even need a torp in Ram City Slab. You just torp both sides, and you don't care. And because of your turtleback, you can sit farther, you can sit broadside, and you don't care about angling. So this is going to be 2 dead Cherbourgs. Might as well farm the Citadel while you're at it. Okay.
Yep, well, you got a style on them.
Got a style on them.
You're playing a not meta ship, and you're destroying 2 meta ships right off the bat. So they absolutely deserve it.
There you go. Unfortunately, the Albemarle recognizes the threat and does start turning, but the Massachusetts can maybe clobber him.
Yeah, you've essentially just won the game right there.
Oh yeah, it's game.
At this point, I'm going to stop here because I do see Akazuki is on my. I am one of those players. I look at my mini map about more than I look at the game in front of me.
Yeah, me too. You should.
60% of the game, I'm just staring at the mini map. So I do see the Akazuki there. I'm stopping to avoid any torpedoes. My Hydra is ready.
I'm assuming you're not calling, right?
No. Our caller will always be the guy in the battleship. Almost always, anyway.
Sometimes they're in cruisers. I ask because that does affect your own performance. Like, you can't, it's hard to call and shoot effectively at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I've tried it before. I've had to be the de facto caller once, and that was in a high DPM cruiser, and it's like,
Yeah.
Like I
You
can't
can
focus
pull-
between looking at mini-map positioning, shooting targets, and try to control the same for all my teammates.
Mhm.
You can pull it off with Prince Eugen since your DPM isn't that important. But yeah, if
Mhm.
you try to do it in Bayard, just GG.
And here we can see the value in that propulsion module getting you moving quicker, so you can get out there and start shooting this Akizuki.
Yep.
The ship is on fire.
Taking full advantage.
Torpedoes.
Yeah,
direct
pop me
front.
up, get the kill there.
Switch to AP.
Then you
Get him
have
Albemarle.
Albemarle's. Yep, get Albemarle here.
Problem solved, sir. Torpedoes, direct front.
There, I'm turning my camera to look at armor, get my turrets turned, then I'd use my right click to swing my camera back around, look at torpedoes. So
It's good. I would have just thought about AP sooner. That's the only difference. And he's backing up, so that's going to miss. But your Massachusetts takes care of it anyway. LOL.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Yep, and this is a pretty comfortable win.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Not gonna lie, I was kind of taking a look on the left side, and I'm just kind of wondering what your 3 ships are doing there.
Holding off the terrible.
chasing the terrible. They spent the entire match trying to chase down and keep the terrible spotted, try to avoid any torpedoes and keep them away from the home cat.
They didn't kind of do anything. Sorry to be mean to them.
It is unfortunate, but in this battle, it wasn't needed, so...
Yeah. Basically, the Terrible just drew the attention of 3 people for free, and then you killed 2 people, so it almost evens out.
You're missing out on an opportunity to punish Chapayev broadside there. That line, I'm guessing, is radiolocation. Massachusetts is quite low, both of them.
Yeah. If
You have
need
a
to
highlight
pop
tomorrow?
out- If you need to pop out, just do it in between the salvos, and then just aim for his stern.
Hey, look, Chapayev came back. That's neat.
What a generous man.
Very generous. Of course, he saw you and said, "Oh crap!"
No, yeah, at this point, I'm not trying to fight Massa. It's like I'm not popping up against a secondary battleship when it's already a win. There's no need to win harder.
I agree.
Keep the island between me and him.
And fortunately,
your
the
Massa's
Chapayev.
not quite winning.
No, but fortunately for you, the Chapayev is forcing you back in the same spot you were going to go anyway. So that's kind of nice. And thank you, Pockington. Have fun at work. I would have torpedo on the Massachusetts right now to get an idea of what he's doing. Is he going to go north of this island or full speed? But you checked, so that's
like I
good.
just did there. You'll see me do it a couple times.
Yep, that's smart.
'Cause he does wiggle a little bit. He goes left, right, left, right. I'm trying to figure out, is he coming behind me or in front of me?
Yep, I wanted to highlight that. That's an important skill to have in any competitive environment when you're around an island or something. So nice, you did get the kill. Your Massachusetts got the kill. I mean,
No kill on the Chappie, though.
That's okay.
He dies right there.
Yeah.
Exactly when it ends, I get the sound effect. I even get the credit for a 4th kill at the end there.
Okay, so 1 millisecond in time.
That's right.
Yeah.
This almost feels like Chamberlain's charge from the Battle of Gettysburg, right? When he 6 bayonets and they all swing down the mountain, because that's essentially what you did, right? You saw the time to move, you saw you were in trouble, and you just went for it. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, the scariest part for me was the Sherbrooks. I thought they would do exactly what you're saying earlier. I thought for sure they would not stay that close to each other. One of them is going to stop and go bound to me in reverse, and the other one's going to peel off, go a little wider, and try to get my broadside, and I'll have to choose between torping one and trying to take the other or something, or get broadsided. And
then they
when
both go up
stopped,
together.
They stayed at a perfect channel for me between them, perfect torpedo distance, and they just started backing up. I was like, come on, guys, what are you doing here? I'll take 3 kills, but...
Right, and
tears.
You already know what's going to happen, so it is what it is. Let's put the render going here, and I mean, do you like Chamberlain's Charge as a title for YouTube, or would you like a different title? And chat, feel free to share your ideas too.
I don't care. Titles, I don't care. I don't even know what Chamberlain's Charge is. I'm not familiar with it, so.
Look it up.
No German equivalent I can think of.
Let me think about that. German equivalent, no. Because I was thinking like the Charge of the Light Brigade, but that's British and Crimea. I'm sure the Germans had some equivalent in their history. Maybe it was under Prussia at the time or something, but they probably had something like that too.
Just not famous enough.
Okay, well, yes, there's the Blitzkrieg. Sure, Andrew. Not famous enough. It is literally a type of charge. Yes, that's true.
Chamberlain's Charge. Gettysburg.
Yeah, this replay really just... It just kind of shows that ship skill is... personal skill is a lot more important here.
Yes.
Like, although the Cherbourgs are more meta ships, they just didn't understand how to play it properly, and you took full advantage of it.
Yes. Yep, and then once through, you didn't over-push, over-commit, and you let the rest of your team kind of react, and you let the rest of their team also kind of react, but you still managed to take advantage of decisions that they made, call it that way. All right. Do you prefer Blitzkrieg, since that is a German charge and you are in a German boat? Or would you prefer Chamber? I'm sorry?
Oh, God.
I said it also with a German name. I've got a somewhat German name. You know, Bremen is my waifu. Yeah, and a German ship and all. It don't matter. Yeah, Blitzkrieg is fine. It's a good, simple, kind of on the point.
It works. You're a German ship. You just smashed through 2 French ships.
Yep.
True, I did just smash through the Maginot Line there. That was absolutely a recreation of the Maginot Line.
And walked into their spawn. So a little bit under 13 minutes.
Yep. All right. Well, don't restart your Discord client. Really interesting. Okay. Hey, Silver, thanks for sharing the replay. This was actually good to look at, and I think it highlights a lot of things that SAT had mentioned on a moment ago. So this is a good one. So thank you. All right. Well, with that, we're going to move to our Be Right Back screen and get ready for our next replay, which will be what? Where is it? Leander game. I think that was Andrew's. So we'll bring that one up to you guys in a moment. In the meantime, let's get a commercial up and running. And we'll get words going. You can participate in words if you want and join in on the fun. The right Bizzle. You're both on mobile PC. Restart because you tapped into it with while it was open, so it bricked. And turns out Discord is having issues right now with people initializing their clients. Good to know.
I'm on the same. I'm getting errors that you can't load chats in any of the chat servers now.
You've been freed from social media.
You have indeed.
Hooray!
Didn't Big O say to do that Sunday? Yes, his replays are going to be on Sunday. So that's why we're holding that off. That's Yu Yang and Hao Lu. So up next is going to be Leander.
As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what. Somebody do me a favor. Mark this right now. Just clip.
How are we doing on timing today? It's almost 1 p.m. 1 p.m. I want to be on live play by 3 p.m. So I think we're doing okay. There are more than one Andrew here. That's right. Andrew Cutt versus Big O.
We got me to a second supply crate. We got Raptor halfway to supply crate.
Like, we've already done... See, this is the 3rd replay now?
This will be replay number Trace, yes.
Rita Gamer, we got to a supply crate. Chief Benjamin, we got to a supply crate. Who are we working on now? Pops? I think it's Pops. Now, we're working on Pops. Dude, are you kidding?
What the f?
What the fuck is this?
Alright, okay, I can say what
Oh, let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's fucking go!
I am so gone in that clip, and it was for a great cause, so I'm okay with it.
Just pops!
I need to get a new headset.
M note, I was. Let me put it this way. I finished the stream. I don't know how I managed to finish the stream, but I finished the stream. And my wife came to check on me because I was very quiet, and she knows that when I'm quiet, the stream is over, right? So she comes to check on me. She opens the door, and the door hits my head. And I just got on the floor. She wasn't too happy with me. And then I told her how much money I raised for Stack Up. We raised for Stack Up in that stream. She still wasn't very happy with me. But, you know, it was for a cause. A good cause at that, right? Good cause.
I think
We'll
it's
call it-
worth the. I think it's worth the conk on the head.
Right? Right? Just a little conk.
It'll buff right out.
It'll buff right out. City Slob agrees. All right. Well, Andrew, I think is still here. Yes, Andrew?
Yes, hello.
Oh, hey, you're in voice too. Even better. Let's go. All right, so I think the commercial break is over now. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a look at our next replay, our third replay of the day. This is Andrew Cott, 22, in the Leander. Leander is a Tier 6 British light cruiser of, frankly, epicness. I have personal opinion, when I ground through the the British line, the Minotaur line, I felt like the high point of the line was actually Fiji, with Leander being a close second. When you think about tier for tier performance, I really didn't care much for the 8. What's the name of the 8 again?
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. Thank you. I didn't care for the Neptune at all. Neptune is like one of the low points. Also is the tier 5. And Minotaur's an acquired taste. Once you acquire the taste for her, you can't get enough of her. But it takes a while, right? Whereas Leander and Fiji, I feel like you can kind of just jump right in and do okay with. Why? Well, for one, these ships come with a heal, which once upon a time was really awesome. Now it's just going to be kind of like any other tier 6 cruiser because Wargaming's adding heals to all the ones that didn't have it. Okay. But she also has her smoke generator, which can be changed out for spotting plane or fighter aircraft. Side note, if you see somebody running fighters, just laugh at them. If you see somebody using spotter aircraft, you can laugh at them too, but not as much. Maybe just a slight chuckle or golf clap. Really, smoke generator is where it's at for these ships. You smoke yourself, you can take advantage of ships that are showing side. You can use your AP only with short duration fuse to do good damage to superstructures for battleships, even at range, and you can use them for enemy cruisers. And then because it's a short fuse AP shell, they actually do decent to good damage against destroyers, especially the Fiji at tier 7. So very comfortable ships to play. Oh, did I mention she also comes with a hydroacoustic search? Hey, she's got a lot going for her, all right? So they're a good boat. Andrew, are you grinding the ship line for the first time? Regrinding? Why are you playing the tier 7? The tier 6?
When I first started playing, this is actually the very first line I started with.
Okay.
Which makes it a bit interesting because again, they only have AP. That actually makes building, setting up builds with commanders and that a lot simpler because you don't have to think of HE at all.
Yes.
So you just deal with anything that deals with AP. There are drawbacks, of course. It's every single ship in the line is a floating citadel, so you could be death struck at any moment.
Yeah.
But you do have the smoke generator, which is the highlight of the line also. So You don't need to depend on our people to hide you. You don't need the islands. You could just pick a nice spot, camp, smoke up, and provide, there's no rare. But in the early tiers, you don't have to worry about radar. It only starts coming a thing at tier 7. So until then, you could just have a little fun parking wherever you want, basically.
And I learned the hard way.
No, I'm actually regrinding the line just because I did a reset for Research Bureau. So
Cool. That's fair.
why I've played this ship again.
I learned the hard way. These ships also have baked in
Acceleration.
acceleration. Thank you. And because they've got the baked in acceleration, they go to full speed quickly, but they also take forever to stop and reverse. So you really can't play stop and go games with this ship. You have to train yourself to beach on purpose if you need to stop in a hurry. Something that I learned the hard way, took a long time, and infamously, I actually ended up in a Euro video in my first ever battle in Minotaur. If you look up his maximum team play video, you get to watch me just sit there broadside dying because I thought I was going to stop a lot quicker. And that didn't happen. Oh, wow.
Yeah, they are very maneuverable, but not to the point of a DD where you could stop and go at will.
That's correct. Well, or any other...
Cruiser. That has a turning.
I do that in Smolensk all the time.
But any other cruiser can stop and go. I mean, these ships are painful to stop and go. It takes you 3 times as long to stop. So that's what I'm talking about, So,
yeah.
All right, let's get into.
It's the death bane.
It really is.
Newbie cruiser.
It really is. And that was back when I was, again, you play with smoke because that's what you're used to in the line. You start with smoke. You can't do radar at tier 6, so you're taught smoke, and then you work from there. Crow Clan, thank you. Did I read that right? Hold on a second.
You did.
Thank you for that tip, Crow Clan. I appreciate you. That was so nice of you, and very good words of wisdom, by the way. So, really appreciate that. That's actually the first tip I've received, I think, for this year. So, man, thank you. That's awesome. And yes, very good words to live by. So thank you very much for doing that again. And if you saw, you woke Stevie up as well. Fun story about Stevie. We have a video. I think that was the video that played when you tip high enough. Poor Stevie. One of the things I did towards the end is I was trying to think of fun videos and pictures I can take with Stevie. And I thought, well, why don't we do one with money? So I took all of the cash out of my wallet. I took all the cash out of my wife's wallet, and I laid it down on Stevie's bed. And I videoed and took pictures of him when he saw it. He's used to sleeping in the bed. He walks up and he looks at it, and he just stares at it. And he stares at it for a while. He looks back at me. There's a picture of him. It's another one of the pictures I took of him looking at me like, what is this? What am I supposed to do with all this money? Right? And then finally he said, all right, whatever. And he just goes and walks into the bed. And I have a great video, and I think that's the one that played, of him just walking into the bed, circling around, and just plopping down, laying down on it. And the best part is the audio. If you listen carefully to the video, you can actually hear the crinkling of all the dollar bills. Right? So he goes down there, and he lays down there. Now, about a half hour later, my wife goes to me, where's my money? Told her it's under Stevie. And she's like, why is it under Stevie? I said, well, I want to take a picture. It'd be kind of fun. Right? And, right, exactly. I changed the sheet city stuff. So she goes upstairs, and she starts pulling the money out from underneath him. I'm like, what's the rush? Let him sleep. Let him enjoy. She's like, no, I want my money back. So she starts pulling the money out from under Stevie. I took a video of this. I took a video of her taking money away from Stevie. She said I could never share it with you guys because she was so embarrassed by the video. And rightfully so. Why are you who takes money away from a cat? But anyway, it was a fun moment, and it was one of the few final moments I had with Stevie. So thank you very much again, Cruel Clan, for giving me a moment to share some of the best moments, like what you had said in your words of wisdom. Really appreciate that. So thank you for that. Catastrophe. Exactly, Wolfie. And welcome back, by the way. Sorry to take a moment to talk about that, Andrew, but I thought, hey, a tip like that is worth a story, was worth a good story, right?
Oh, no problem at all. It's a great story. So.
Yeah. So, with that, let's get to your build, huh? And, oh, actually, hold on one second. I'm just going to put a mark in there maybe to cut the story if this goes to YouTube. Or maybe I'll leave it and let YouTube watch it and enjoy. I might get one angry person commenting. Oh, well. So let's get to your build. You've gone with main armaments mod 1, damage control mod 1, aiming systems, and of course steering gears. There's really nothing else to change in your build, right? I mean, you could go smoke generator mod. You could go for the hydroacoustic surge mod. Why? Right? It's a tier 6 tech tree ship. You're not going to play this ship a lot. Unless you're doing it in clan battles, ranked battles, or you just play it a lot and you main it. There's no reason to go for any of these special upgrades, right?
Right.
Same thing with your captain, standard captain. I wouldn't put a special captain in, so there you go. And you've gone with grease to
captain, 20 point captain. So he's just 1 point off of the maximum.
Right, and
the
obviously
only thing I would add in once he
Go ahead.
gets to the maximum is the radio location.
Fair. Yep, so you're holding on for that.
So one thing, is this going to be a dedicated captain?
Yes, he is dedicated to the Leander, so he doesn't go on any other ships.
Okay. Main reason I bring it up is that because it becomes very costly if you start moving 21-point captains around. If he's dedicated to Leander, then good for you.
Yeah.
No, I typically just have dedicated captains on all my tech tree ships.
You might as well. If you play the game enough, you might as well just leave a captain on every tech tree ship. I didn't. I used to move them on up and pay the whatever cost to retrain them. And then Research Bureau came out and other things came out that forced me to go back to tech tree. And I'm like, well, crap, now I got to bring these captains up. In my opinion, 5 and up, you put captains on each one, just leave them long term.
Yeah, for me, I just, even from the very beginning, I mean, yeah, it's a bit of a drawback to have to go through the training again but the commander came with the ship originally every time you got a new one. So oh, whatever, I'll just start a new ship, new captain every time. So.
Yep. So, let's take a look at the build here and talk through it. SAT, did you want to say something first, or?
For new players, you do want to move the captains up the line, but once you have a lot of resources, you can start dedicating specific captains to a ship, then you should definitely do that. At the very least, play with a 10-point captain.
10-point is almost a max for everything. And for each cruiser, each line of ships, I've got a series of videos on my YouTube channel, core builds, and they're still mostly relevant even now, 5 years later. But each ship, there's a 10-point or sometimes higher core build that you want to start with. It doesn't matter what the ship is, and then from there, you can move on to other things, right? So in my opinion, the core build for cruisers is going to be Last Stand, followed by something at 2 points. I like to go Priority Target, Survivability Expert, or Superintendent, depending on if the ship has a heal or not, and then Concealment Expert. That's my core build. Now, Andrew's gone a little bit different. He's decided to go for Grease the Gears. He's gone with Consumable Enhancements because that increases the duration of your smoke and your hydro. And obviously, he's done Superintendent because it's got the heal. Personal opinion here, I value Last Stand much higher than Grease the Gears Turret Traverse because, especially as you mentioned, Andrew, these ships are Citadel magnets. And in your Citadel is your engines. So you lose engines a lot in these ships. So Last Stand comes in very handy here, right?
Yep.
Consumable, fine. I mean, beyond that, what else are you going to go for? The only other thing I could think of is you could do focus fire training, because if your anti-air is going off, then that helps with your consumable reload, right? No, that's down here. I'm thinking of the 2-point captains for battleships. I'm getting those two mixed. So no, I wouldn't do that either. So at that point, it's priority target or consumables for this particular ship. Survivability would be nice to have, but I get why you didn't take it, and I actually agree with you here. Top grade gunner is going to be better for you anyways. Radio location, I like, sure. If you didn't do radio, you could do outnumbered or survivability plus another 1-point skill. Like that's where you can go last stand. But
yeah, again, it's one of the perks of the light cruiser Royal Navy line. Since you don't have HE, so it simplifies a lot of the build.
well, sure, yeah, you're not going to go demo expert. You're also not going to go HE and SAP. You could go heavy AP, right? No, you can't, because these are lower than 152.
So it really simplifies the build, because normally I wouldn't bother with radio location. The 4 points are usually reserved for other higher priority stuff, but because there's so few options on a Royal Navy light cruiser, you could actually afford to play around with the commander builds a lot more.
That's correct. Hello, Schmidt Electric. Thanks for saying hi. And then you've got no flags for your ship. Now, you're playing in randoms. You're just trying to conserve flags?
I typically only use them in ranked, and I don't play clan battles, but if I did, I would definitely use the signals there as well.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. How you doing? Happy, is it still Friday for you over in Europe? Yeah, it should still be Friday. Happy Friday. Okay, so tier 6 to 5. You are top tier. Good stuff there. Not a lot to really worry about. I mean, the battleships are going to be a serious threat for you. 1 hour away from Saturday. Yeah. Yeah.
A well-played cash lock can also be a problem since you only have surface depth charges. But well-played sub at tier 6 is pretty rare.
Yeah. If somebody is going to be playing a well-played sub at tier 6, they're probably going to be playing one of the other subs, I would say. SAT, do you agree? There's better sub choices at tier 6 if you're a sub main?
Usually you just wouldn't...
S1 or the...
Usually you just wouldn't bother.
I consider any sub a threat. They're just annoying.
True.
So,
I'm just thinking about the, what is it? The Pan-Asian one at tier 6, right?
The new sub 14.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from the sub, lucked out a little bit in this one since
No
there's
carriers.
no CV or hybrid either. We do have a hybrid on our team, but
Yep.
that's about it. So
Yeah. Now you do have a
lucked out
comic.
bit there.
You do have a kamikaze on their team. This guy should be your #1 opponent that you need to kill. When I see a kamikaze, I'm thinking that is somebody who's seal clubbing.
Yeah,
So-
those are pretty lethal if used properly.
Exactly.
And
So-
it's not really hard to use properly, too.
Exactly as well. Okay, now where you're going is a very aggressive early position. And where the Marblehead is actually where I'd prefer to see you start, because there's just much more cover if you needed it.
You can get away within Leander. You have smoke.
Yeah, but you still might take that initial hit that could suddenly your chunk's half of your hit points.
I mean, it's very risky to be pulling these sort of things, especially in the middle of the map with the light cruiser. Because
And look, you're
you can
detected.
be shot from multiple sides.
Right now, I would be smoking and driving straight.
For me, I just go to the north of B just because there's usually more food up there.
Yep.
Down south, you do have islands to turn out, but you also just can't shoot anything that's in E4, E5. And that seems to be where a lot of their ships ran off to.
Fortunately for you, you found the one ship that I said you really needed to focus down.
And amazingly, nothing could spot me. It was literally, that was the only thing. I had the one island, and I was basically, the plan was to just charge towards the center, but do a U-turn slowly back into the calf.
Now you
If
just
I get
also
detected, then I'll throw up the smoke, you know.
you all just saw me shaking my head because Kamikaze got his first kill already.
It was against a Fujin, so the fellow Seal Clubber probably deserved it.
It was a Fushun, actually.
Oh, Fushan. Okay, never mind.
That's okay. I thought the same thing and I double checked it. So, if he's got Yamamoto, because a lot of those Seal Clubbers will have it, he would have gotten first blood, an extra set of consumables, thought he's looking pretty handy, and then you just ended him, which is hilarious because now he's like, well, there goes my farming.
Yeah.
And
So that was cool to see.
The biggest threat gone. Why did someone just blind fire you? You're in tier 5,
I saw
6.
that. I saw that. Nothing else better shoot. What? Speaking of not shooting,
I mean,
shoot!
There's clearly other Seal Clubbers.
He beached! He beached! Shoot the guy!
Shoot him! Are you going to pacifist mode?
He wants to cap.
Shoot! Why do you want to cap? You're here to kill people.
Exactly. Plus, your smoke is still open, so you're exposing yourself when you don't need to.
The other issue I don't shoot is because in case something else will detect me from the shooting.
Again, what are you worried about?
You're stern away.
Leander, you're
Yeah, but
a floating citadel.
But you're in a position. You're in a perfect position to just W away. You've got you're pointed south. You've got the island you can curl behind.
No, but still,
okay.
I'm very paranoid.
Are you not confident in your skills?
You're paranoid, but at the same time, you just opened up, completely contradicting what you said a moment ago.
Yes.
Look, at this point, I could see, I see where everyone else is looking at, so...
While you're looking at all the rest of your teammates that are just derping into the middle of the map and dying for God knows why. And yes, Discord is having issues if you haven't started it recently. They're having issues with starting up the connections and stuff. Anyways, you said I'm gonna go into B, I'm gonna get the camp, and you keep getting reset.
And now you're smoking again.
Which is okay.
But see, even like rearing into the cap, the guy shot me. I'm not even showing broadside. I still took a decent chunk of damage. Again, it's a floating citadel.
Well, sure, but you didn't have to go into. The point is, you didn't have.
It is very easy to get
yeah.
totally yeeted off the map. In this
of course.
So you
if you're broadside. But the thing is, you're not broadside, and two, you didn't need to go into the B cap. You could have sat there, taken advantage of the broadside Königsberg or whatever it was, kill it, then work your way into the cap. Now you're worried about the lobby.
It shows the trade-off. It shows the trade-off. I wanted the cap more.
You're not getting rewarded for it, though.
Not yet.
I like that. Not yet. At some point, Loudon's gonna charge.
Yeah. In the 3 minutes, you could have been actually just farming that Königsberg that honestly should be near dead. You could have shot the battleship in C, so your whatever battleship down there isn't as screwed, I guess.
I could have maybe, yes, but then I'd be detected, and then I'd have to play the situation completely differently than I am now.
I don't know about the 4 torpedo single fire. I mean, it's okay. I might have fired 2, waited to see 1 if they're going to hit the underwater features, and 2, see if I get a hit and force a DCP. But never mind, because Loudon just got a hit anyway, so there you go, Dev Strike.
I'd go forward a little bit to make sure it doesn't hit, but it's the same result.
Yeah. And you've got the sub in the cap with you. Congratulations! Hey look,
Buddy's
it's the
in
sub!
B-cap.
Buddy in the B cap.
There's a lot of action in V.
I'm gonna call that, if this goes to YouTube, that's your title, Buddy in B. And the nice thing is, because the sub was there, obviously he saw the threat and dove, and you've got Hydro on, so guess what? You get to detect him now. And this is something that I think...
At this point, it's basically throwing caution to the wind.
Well, yes. Yes. The other thing that's nice that a lot of people don't realize is, 1, submarines have this anti-shotgun thing. He's within 3 kilometers, so you saw you took next to no damage, although you are flooding, so I probably would DCP that. 2, your Hydro will automatically, he's gonna ram, lol. Your Hydro is gonna automatically detect any submarine within 2 kilometers. It doesn't matter how far away or how deep they are. It will always detect permanently. So your Hydro was running just long enough to keep him detected. The ironic thing is if he didn't go for the ram here, he probably would have survived and managed to kill you, which is funny.
Are we in the business of taking free flooding damage?
I was going to mention that as well. I might have DCP'd that.
Again, I'm saving it in case I get a
In case you get Citadel.
or it takes out another one of my components, because these things do happen from DCPing too early.
You're on 891 hit points because of this.
Yeah, you don't have much room to work with.
Oh my god.
Absolutely not, but that is partly like I can survive the flood damage. I know I don't have much room to work with, but I could survive the flood damage. If for whatever reason the secondaries got like a freak fire on me after I DCP'd, I'd be screwed. If he had taken out my